Better position for white here due to the fact that e5 is being targeted twice just to looking at it. I would assume the queen has to go from this column. First thing first. So got to deal with the white queen at the minute, right? You got to move the queen because there is a discovered attack. Ups. Very likely. I'd assume before you're taking here, you got to do something with the queen. Nice one. Huh. There's a better queen e1. Still advantage. Anyway. Let me check. Are the other platforms okay? I think they should be fine. Okay. So we got a plus 0.90. Okay. Was queen d6, queen captures, rook takes, knight from 6 to the h5. Probably you should take this guy on h5 and then double here. Does that make sense? Okay. Let me check actually. Be okay here. Where's that? Here it is. Okay. So Fabi's to play. Fabi's on 2 minutes 30 seconds. Prague is on 1 minute. Now, if you take this knight, they will have to respond to this. They must take it back. Probably they won't take with the pawn. Prague's going to take with the knight. Then you just double up the rooks. How bad can that be? How bad can this be for one? What do you think, guys? Knight takes, pawn, or knight takes, rook b to d1. That bad? When you play rook b to d1, the bishop on d7 can't really move. Can he? Because you're just hitting the rook twice. I think it seems to be fine then, if he were to just take. Now, why is he spending so much time? Okay, let's check with the engine. Bishop a1, first line, and bishop b4, second line. Is it bad to take on h5? Let me just do it. If there's anything funky about it, the engine will tell us. There's nothing particularly bad. There's nothing that bad about the ideas that I've suggested. Knight e2. It's a nice little idea. I thought that black is supposed to be taking back on h5 straight away, but apparently there is a little resource hidden here, knight e2. Because if you take this guy, going to be a sort of, I'm going to take your bishop. If you take on g7. But the engine says, after king f1, it's still plus 1.37. Huh. Hi there. Thanks for stopping by. Look at these interesting ideas here. Let me go back to the previous move. Actually, let's see if they did play. So they did play. He did play knight takes h5, knight e2 check, king f1. Knight takes on c3, knight takes on g7, hitting the rook now on e8. King takes, and rook had to move out of check. So this one is a little bit of a stopper. You can't play the rook on the d file, which you would like to do so, but you cannot. You need to find a way to make this knight move. Now, I suspect, yeah, Prague will be playing the bishop, thus gaining the control over the d file, because if you take now, black's going to take back. That's exactly what happened. That's exactly what happened. Arena will be going to happen in the evenings. In the evenings, I'd say, because now we're going to look at these games, which I think it's better than any of us will be able to play in any arena. Now, I don't minimize the importance of playing the arenas. I think they're very fun and entertaining, and I agree. I love them. I love playing. But I think it's quite cool to see what Fabi and Prague play. And tomorrow I'm going to do exactly the same thing, analysis of the World Cup. And because tomorrow is the final. Tomorrow is Magnus versus one of these guys that wins. So, and anyway, as I said, I don't think any one of us can play better than them over the board or online. So we're just going to be doing analysis for the time being. Now, if this settles down quicker, we do play an arena. I don't see why not. So let's say one of them wins in the next rapids or blitzes, and yeah, if we got time, if there's people available online, I think we should play an arena. I think nothing against. Nothing against. Thanks very much for considering. It's cool. I think it's quite useful. Honestly, I think it's quite useful. Any game analysis, especially those ones that we've lost. You notice that people normally try to run away from the games they've lost. It's like a little trauma. So they try to avoid looking at the games they've lost, which I think this is the most important thing to do. You know, you got to revisit games you've lost, the rapid games you've lost, because you need to avoid playing that stuff again. That's it. Or at least to improve. So, yeah, that's awesome stuff. So what did just happen? Let me just go back because we spoke and we talked and we didn't see what was happening here. So rook takes, king gets on e1, just to explain. Yes, e1, just in case you want to chase probably the knight or something, you want to make sure you got another defender here. Plus, you want to move the king away from a potential check at some point. King moves, knight grabs the pawn for free. Now rook attacks this guy, so you got to move. Did he play? He didn't play yet. 20 seconds, by the way. King attacks the knight. So you're going to take the white knight, you're going to take the black knight. Now, the engine says it's not the best move, though. Now you got to be careful what you do with this guy. Where do you go? You go here? Or do you push f3? Or do you play rook e1? I mean, look at this one, guys. Rook a e1, f3, or bishop f3, bishop f3. Bishop f3. On the board right now. Bishop f3. Bishop f3. What is Prague going to do? You can't push because they're going to take. This one is defended for now. He's going to push f5. Okay. Looking at this. And king to c3 stops the rook to b2, which would like to take the pawn on f2. And king to c3 also gets itself in a little bit of a check, which might be the case. But then the guy will be coming just here back on c2. So probably that might be an idea. Yeah. Rook b3, exactly as I said. I'll probably king c2. I don't think you want to go up. I think you want to go down. You want to defend the b2, stopping to losing. Oops. Stop the black rook from taking your guys here. That's important. He went up. I mean, I don't know what to say about this move. Probably he must have seen something. Now, if they do rook b2, what are you playing? Are you playing this? What are you playing? I mean, you're just willing to give up on the f2 pawn. By the way, guys, you're welcome to comments at any point if you see something that makes sense. What's wrong about rook b2? It's not clear at all. What's the problem with that move? Is there a blunder somewhere? Can't figure out. Weird. Anyway. C3. More important just to push the pawn. But because they're going in time scrambles, there's always a problem. Rook A to C. Rook A to C. And if this thing happens, you're going to play King B4, just saying. I mean, I'm just gathering data now as we speak. Goes for the king. I mean, what's this? You want to play... Okay, I get it now. King C7 because bishop takes B7. When you take, they take step aside and promote. Yeah, now you're going to play Rook AC1 because otherwise they'll play Rook B1. So you have to play Rook AC. Yes, exactly. And plan for Fabi is to do King C7 and then get on B7. For this reason, I think you're going to play Rook C3 Prague. No? Hey. Oh, Rook B1 is coming. Rook B1 is coming. But you know something, can you? What? No, you're going to take this guy, and when this thing happens, you're going to give the rook for a pawn. I think that's the way to play, right? I mean, what do you want to do? Because this is going to happen. So at least to take this one, clear the way for the B pawn. Yes, yes, I'm happy. I'm happy it happens exactly the way I say it. So sometimes I manage to play like them too. Yes, that's exactly what happened. Bishop B7, Rook B1, Rook takes C2, Bishop takes C2. Now we're going to see something like this or like this. I think these are the candidate moves. Okay. Bishop F3. Going to go forwards anyway. And it's 2 passes. So that's important. And then playing just with a few seconds on the clocks. Right. Guys, if that's useful, don't forget to subscribe on YouTube. If you're visiting via YouTube, if you're visiting via Twitch, perhaps you may want to follow me on Twitch as well. So get notified when I stream live. And yeah, or live commentaries or arenas, that is. So what just happened? King C7, B7, Bishop A6, King C7 to provide support for this pawn now. You know what's going to happen? This is what's going to happen now. Check. Exactly. Now he's going to play this. I think makes sense. And when this happens again, you're going to take the bishop. If it was to happen, but probably won't. I think I like this idea with King B6 hitting the bishop. What is Fabi going to do? Ooh. Was King B6 playable? Was King B6 actually playable in that position? Just curious. Bishop C6, Bishop took on B7, King takes on B7, Rook C2. Now, he's gonna push this guy. Oh, F4. Interesting. Actually, it's quite cool. But apparently he lost the leverage or something, because it's 0.00 now. Probably he played this one to not give them a pawn, and at the same time the bishop defends here. But now the king's gonna take this guy, and let me tell you what's gonna happen next. Rook's gonna take probably this pawn here. King's gonna take this guy, and then will be bishop versus king, and these 3 guys. That's probably what I can predict at this stage now. I mean, Rook will have to stop this pawn from advancing. First, Black King will take on F4. So first the Black King will take on F4. Check. Okay. Check's never bad. Probably here. Yes. Exactly right. So I think Black takes now. Oh, okay. So you can't push it forwards, that is. You can't push the pawn forwards. But you might be able... Okay. King B6. What if check again? So he's going to do a couple of checks. Or taking on F4. Took on F4, exactly. Rook being hit now. I think you can play Rook A3. Important stuff, don't let them build up a bridge. But they cannot. They cannot build any bridge now. So I think you can play Rook A3. If there's any problem, you're going to grab this guy at the earliest opportunity. In the meantime, you got to sabotage this guy. Exactly. Rook takes 6, King takes. And it's going to be bishop, king, and these guys versus 3 black pawns. Not a very easy endgame. Even if they had longer time control, that would be incredibly difficult. That would be very difficult, I'm telling you. That's just not an easy endgame to play. No way, sir. Oops, that's too much over back. Let me just hear it. Maybe a bit better. Maybe. Okay. Where are we? King b5. This guy's rolling down the board. 5. Hmm. Well, if you look at the Valbar, thanks for coming back. I remember you from yesterday. Thanks very much for returning. Appreciate. So all you need to do is just get rid of this white pawn because, as we all know, ladies and gents, there is no checkmate with the bishop and king happening. So now that's going to be a draw. And this bishop going to be taking the pawn on h1. That's exactly what's going to happen. So therefore, we've got a draw. We're still in the tie breaks. We're still in the tie breaks. They're going to be playing. And the format is like 2 games, 25-10. Let me just go back and read. Let me have a quick look at the format, ladies and gents. Let's see. Info. Tie breaks happening right now. Bobby versus Prague. And format. Where is it? Oh, tie breaks here. So this is the tie breaks rules. Have they played 225-10? Because if they did play, I need to double check what kind of time control happened. Because if it did happen, then they're gonna go 10-10 and then 2-5-3, and obviously someone's gonna win. There can only be one. There can be only one. So someone's gonna win. And if after this thing nothing happens, the players will be alternating the colors until someone definitely. We can't say who's winning. We really cannot say. I think the prediction is just impossible now because they're kind of equal, Satvik. And as you can see, they finished and they drew like twice until now. So quite difficult to say. So look at this. Draw, draw, and draw. So probably we're going to see another 10-10. And then we're going to see 5-2, 2-5-2 or 2-5-3s. And then 3-2. So someone's going to crack somewhere. Someone's going to is going to be more tired. Someone's going to blunder somewhere. So at the beginning of the tournament, you're well rested. Presumably, you are in good shape. But as time passes, you getting tired. When you're getting tired, you're making bad moves. That's exactly what's going to happen with one of them. So it's actually also an endurance game, not just psychological, not just pure technical knowledge. Chess is never just about technical knowledge just for the humans, I say. It's very highly psychological. It's a game of endurance. You got to have tons and tons of mental stamina. You need to be able to go for hours playing the same high quality chess. And this is incredibly difficult. It's incredibly difficult. Let's see the results quickly. So look at this, fellas. Tomorrow, Magnus Carlsen will be playing the winner of today battle in between Fabi and Prague. The score is 1.5 for each, so they're gonna be going. They're gonna be going. That's an idea, Anirudh. Magnus plays in the final, and make no mistakes, Fabi and Prague are equally strong. They proved it because they drew, so they're very strong, both of them. And that's why we do the tournaments, to just simply establish who actually comes on top. That's why we do it. That's exactly the reason they keep organizing them. Always want to know who's the best of the best. And there you go, guys. We're getting ready for the next round. And if I'm correct, it should be a 10-10. Actually, we're gonna find out in a couple of seconds, probably. Just time for coffee refill now. Oh yeah, that's a good idea. Let's have a bit more coffee, and then we go with the next match. Gonna commenting together, and we're gonna find out who's the player tomorrow against Magnus. Fabio Prague. That's exactly right, Sadvik. If one was completely dominating, if Fabio Prague was just completely one of them, you would have seen that already. You would have seen that, but it's not the case. It's just not. It's just, I mean, we have a bunch of equally strong grandmasters. So, anyway, Magnus made it to the final. You would say not big surprise. And now let's see who wins, but on these two fine gents playing chess and find out who's challenging Magnus tomorrow. That's cool. Okay. Will we pull a quick puzzle before they're actually returning and start playing? Okay, let's try to do a puzzle together. Briefly, I don't know how many seconds will it take or minutes. Maybe I'm not going to be able to see nothing. I'm interested in this, practically just trying to keep it simple, maybe. It's kind of ideas. Queen here not just prepares there, but also defends here in case that the black queen would like to take and check. So I guess queen g5 is the right move here. Queen g5, defending, threatening. I think it's quite playable. Okay, I cannot do this, but what I can do, interestingly, I can take with the knight because the pawn on g6 is pinned. So knight to h5 would check the black king. Pawn is being pinned. And not just check the king, but also might be allowing some other tactics, opening up the h, then maybe knight back, and I might be having some other checks. Is there anything else? Can I do crazy stuff like this? I don't think so. That's not so. This is disaster. Actually, I'm going to lose. I could also play this or this. I could play knight e4. Knight e4, it's interesting. Do you know why? Because I want to do a check. Then I might be able to play the knight here, but probably it's not that strong. Still, this one looks like the strongest. Yes, Satvik, that's a good point. That's a very good point. I agree. I agree. Well, I hope Magnus is not going to party wildly. Let's just hope he's not going to celebrate too extensively the rest day. He actually going to rest or take a walk or meditate or relax or something. Yeah. So, shall we take on h5? Yes. They agree. Now, should I play this? Pawn takes. And this? Or simply checkmate then into. I could do that. If I play knight f6 back, king's going to be moving here, and then I'm going to play this and then this. Is that bad? That works too. I think even quicker. Knight f6 check, king g7. Queen's going to play h4 something, and then I'm going to deliver checkmate on h7. One. Yeah, that was it. Okay. So whatever they play here or there, it won't make too much of a difference because queen is unstoppable on h4. So yeah, there could be a potential check here. That's true. Then I'm going to move. Then what if they play that though? That's interesting. That's interesting. Let me put this one quickly on the analysis board. I want to see the whole thing. So h5 being played, being played, being played, being played, being played, being played. King g7. Knight h5 again? No, knight g4. Oh, not this. Not this. No. It's actually knight g4. Then king's gonna play. Where's the king gonna go? Where's the king gonna go? Here. Uh-huh. This and then this. Mm-hmm. Queen h6 because you're still defending. Well, knight's still here anyways. But yeah, just saying. Let's go back to... let's go back to Fide World Cup. Fabian Prague. Let's see if they started to play. Have they? Come on, guys. What's going on? Oh, okay. They haven't. Not just yet. What is Prague going to play? Guys, what do you think he's going to play? He's going to play d4. He's going to play e4. He's going to play c4. What do you think Prague's going to play? Mm-hmm. c4. Okay. In order to play in English, a reti, something like that, you reckon? Okay. Okay. Shall we put? Hold on a second. Let me find that streaming music stuff. Some jazz ambiental things. Where is that thing? Spotify. They used to have something just in between until we do another puzzle, and they're actually coming back. You might be taking just a couple more minutes. Oh, they started. That's it. No more. Okay, they started. Hey, we might have a London system after all. We might. We might. There you go. We've got the London system. That's it is. Bishop d3. Obviously, you sort of have to take, or you could just drop it back. You could drop it back, and if they take, you can take with the H. You know. Good. Oh, bishop d7. Mm. Yeah, bishop g6. I call this one. Yeah, bishop g6. I don't think Prague gonna take. Prague probably plays knight c3. Knight d2. Well, you can't do knight d2. There's still some tension here. But, you know, knight f3 actually would like to go this way. Probably getting this guy off the board. Maybe, maybe. Maybe. Let's find out. e6. Now this guy's gonna come out. What is Prague gonna play? He's gonna play crazy stuff. c4. Okay. c4. So far, so good, guys. Actually, you're gonna see 25 and 10 minutes increments, so they're gonna play a lot of chess. So that's a rapid, ladies and gents. We are going to see a rapid. Rapid all the way. Yes, let's do the rapid. c4. Well, he could do a check. He could do c6. Bishop b4, you develop with tempo checking. They're going to have to play knight. They're going to have to play knight or king e2. And I don't know. Probably knight blocking. If there is a bishop b4 coming, checking the king. What do you think, guys? Because bishop b4, it's one of those moves that develops with tempo. You develop the bishop in between the king and the rook, and you do so with tempo, winning a turn because you're forcing your opponent to play something defensive, namely blocking the check, moving the king, this kind of stuff, because you can't take the bishop. So probably that's one idea. Bishop d6 opposing the other bishop. Bishop d6. Now Prague, guess what? He can play exactly bishop g3. You don't have to take on d6. You could, though, if you want to. You could take bishop takes d6, queen takes d6. Good. And then if you want to do something like this, probably you might be able to do that as well. Debatable. We have to think. Now Prague is thinking. Probably bishop g3 works very well. You could play knight e5 on your red. I'm not that fascinating about knight e5. I don't know, just feels like I'm moving twice in the opening. I don't want to play knight e5. I'd rather get a bishop or just play bishop g3 or something. Knight e5, I don't want to move twice in the opening with the same piece. I don't think it's bad. I don't think it's losing something. It's just I just sort of don't like it. Just look at this ideas. Knight e5, bishop here, attacking your queen. It's unnecessary, I think. Don't get me wrong, I love to attack more than anything. But just I don't want to waste the tempo playing a piece twice in the opening. I want to get more stuff active or something. When you play knight e5, you're probably thinking bishop takes, my bishop takes, but black's not going to take your knight. I cannot play wishful chess. Hopeful chess, I can't play that. Not a bad one, knight e5, but I'm just not convinced. I'm more likely inclined to say probably bishop g3 might be better. Bishop g3. I don't think that's a bad move. Definitely not a bad move. As long as you don't blunder, you don't get pieces for nothing, or you worsen things here. It's not a bad move, and not a mistake, not a blunder. Could be an inaccuracy. So what we do, guys, if you probably noticed your online games, or you're over the board that you then put them on the table base when you got home, we do a lot of inaccuracies, things that are not the most exact, the most precise moves ever, because you play like a human and you might be missing on details and stuff. Well, he does spend some time here. Well, it's not a blitz. Let's put it this way. It's not a blitz. They will be playing blitzes. And because they'll be playing blitzes, probably Prague says to himself, you know something, let me just think a bit more. Hello, David. Bishop take d6, queen takes knight e5. That's not a bad idea, but I like bishop g3 more. That's the reason he actually played it. I don't want to trade. So, guys, I really don't want to trade. I don't want to. Maybe I want to play c5 at some point, and I'm forcing them to take so I can open up h. What do you think about this one, Dave? What do you think about this little idea? What do you think about c5? Does either bishop retreats or they taking your guy? And that is the reason Fabi took on c4, because c5 would have happened, and then bishop had to take, and then would have opened Prague's h file. What do you think about this interpretation? So that's the reason Fabi took on c4, to prevent c5, thus being forced to take and open up h4 white. That's what I think is the interpretation of what we've just seen. That's exactly what happened. So bishop c4 now, obviously. Black's turn, they're going to be developing something. Or they're going to be playing c5, or they're going to play knight b8, d7. Sorry, 0-0 happened, knight c3, so knight develops. What is black going to do? You're going to do something with this knight. Feels like it. You might be doing... Nah, no. Or maybe bishop? A pin is a pin, though. Nah, just get the other guy in game. Just get the knight b8 somewhere. Yeah, knight b8, d7. Exactly, I called that one too. Knight b8, d7. And you may want to play knight b6. Hitting this guy. Where do you go? Probably here. Probably. Maybe. So looking at this, looking at that, what else? So, Prague now probably gonna castle. I think he got... No. He might be actually taking on d6 now. But that gives black very strong pawns on d and e. And facilitates the queen's traveling along the a5, d8 diagonal. You should take with h, Anirudh. If bishop takes g3, you should take with h, because you're enabling a full rook attacking on the h. You don't take with f. Amongst others, you're weakening the e pawn. So if bishop takes g3, you do not take with f, you take with h. You maintain the connectedness, the pawns connected here, and you having a nice long-range rook attacking. Then you might be thinking about playing this. Well, and you might be thinking about playing this, knight, and I think looking good. I don't think Fabi's going to take this guy on g3. So castles, I call that one too. Castles. Now Fabi might be playing knight b6. He might be playing c6 just to make sure there is no problem with either knight incoming or funky stuff. Mm-hmm. Then this one is cool, and this one is cool for this one. You can't push it now. So first thing first, this is Fabi's turn now. So probably he might be willing to do something like knight to b6. So he took the b. Yeah, look at this one, Anirudh. Now you've got the game happening right now. So Fabi took the bishop. He took the bishop after he castled though. You notice if Fabi would have taken Anirudh before Prague castled, Prague would have taken with h. And I'm not sure he would have castled at all. But after Prague committed himself to castle, they took, and now he took with h. You want to keep the e3 very nice, secured and stuff. So, I hope it makes sense. Looking at this, then probably this. c5 makes sense. Yeah, c5. You don't want to particularly take because you're going to activate the Black Knight. Go on c5. Rook e1. Pushing forwards? Not sure. This one's going to happen anyway. You could take potentially. Just I'm not very keen on. Rook F, Rook AC. Now I'm starting to look at the rooks. Yeah, I think you should, David. You should trade the black bishop on g6 for sure. But the question is, what do you do with this? Do you just ignore this? You playing this now? Good. It makes a lot of sense. Yeah, you should trade this guy. You should. Absolutely, I agree. Yeah. That's a very good one. So, guys, every single time you see an incredibly strong bishop of your opponent cutting through your defenses, you better find some plans to get rid of that bishop. That's weird stuff. I was even expecting maybe this. Huh, maybe he wants to play the next one? Queen b3 is good too, because hits here. It's good. I don't think it's a bad move, Queen b3. I don't think it's bad. I don't see it as a blunder or... I think it's playable. But it's black's turn, by the way. It's Fabi's turn. I would be more interested, Anirudh, in something like knight h4. Honestly, I'd be looking at knight h4. This bishop is very, very dangerous. David said it, and he's right. And absolutely, I concur. You got to get rid of this bishop one way or another. I'm surprised. Maybe this one would have worked too. But then a pin would have happened, David. So after your bishop d3, the other guy would make a pin. So you know something, bishop e2, now probably he wants to play knight h5. I don't think Prague is not, he's definitely fully aware of the bishop on g6. Would that be the right moment now, knight h5? Because you're gonna, probably gonna give that bishop. If there is any pawn take, he'll take back, Prague gonna take back with the knight on f3. So far, so good. The engine says it's almost perfectly equal, so I don't see any problem for anybody. That's cool. That is cool. Queen b3. Someone said could that the Anirudh. Yeah, Queen b3. That's a weakness. That's a weakness. It's got to be dealt with. Now probably could do rook. So what did it happen? Queen b3, cd, knight d4. Yeah, we called that one, knight d4, of course. And now still a weakness here. You might be dealing with this maybe like, nah, that doesn't look good. No. I don't like this one because of this kind of ideas. I don't know. This feels incredibly weird. He freaking played it. Just play knight c4. I mean, knight c4 crossed my mind as a thought, but I'm just exactly. Exactly. I called that one too. I said knight c5, and then I said I don't like it because queen a3, and Prague just played it. I called both moves. I hope I'm not influencing their thought processes via telepathy or anything, right? I hope I don't do that. Knight c5, queen a3. Makes sense. b6 weakens because of this, David. b6 will make a monster of a bishop here. You're going to have a problem with this guy. You're going to have a problem with bishop f3. A big problem. And this guy might be falling. After rook moves, whatever you want to move the rook, you might be starting losing. This is very, very, very important. These details actually win or lose the game. That's why we lose. Yeah, you could. You could. c7, you could. Yeah. Probably, yeah. I guess you can't do rook e8, right? It just feels too awkward. Maybe you want to play rook actually here. Bloody hell. Can they just not play what they say? He played rook f8. I called that one too. And I said I hope he doesn't play it, and he played it. That is to making sure that the knight can move freely now. Bishop f3 is just lovely. Bishop f3 is lovely. But you give up on the d3, and then you got some problems because knight is supported by this guy. David, I think at some point that bishop on g6 should have been traded. I don't like this bishop, and I don't like this kind of ideas. I don't like it. I don't like it. Anyway, still white's a bit better. Rook fd. Never, by the way, amongst others and others and others, rook fd is, just making sure there is no knight d3 coming anytime soon. a6. There is no knight. No knight's going to come. Of course. No, the other rook will be playing on c at some point. So it's going to be something like this. It's going to be something like this. But knight's still in a pin, so probably you can't play this rook. Because the queen is still in a pin. So I guess you... But whose turn is it? Prague. So hold on a second. It's Prague's turn. Can you do b4? Just asking. I mean, it's a little bit funky. Okay, rook ac1. I called that one as well. I mean, it makes a ton of sense. You want to get your rooks on open files or semi-open files. So you always want to use your rooks and get them where the files are open, because that's how you dominate the files, and you might be able to just get an outpost with the knight playing on that file supported by the rook at some point. So you want your rooks like this, and ideally the black rook should be like that. But black is in a little bit of a pin. And I'm just wondering if it might be a good idea for white to push b4. Just send this guy somewhere. Which means I might be coming here. Maybe. Also, black has to be careful about another idea. If you play the b5, there's still, after b4 happens and this guy goes, let's say, we're having this. So you got to be careful about this one. Anirudh, it happens. It's due to the coffee. That's why I'm a heavy drinker. The more coffee I drink, the more clear I am. So anyway, I don't advise you guys do the same. So please, if you have some problems, don't do that, man. Just check with your parents. If you are adults, just be careful, guys. These kind of things. I don't want to harm nobody. I don't know what Fabi can play here. That makes sense, yeah. Okay. Now this guy, it's looking huntable. The b7 pawn looks huntable. That's a potential weakness here. How do you get there? That's another question. I'm still I don't know what to say about the b4. But then I will be in a pin with that pawn. I play b4, let's say knight e4. Let's just say, okay, for the sake of argument. Bishop f3, knight takes, pawn takes, isolated pawn here, and this guy is in a pin. I don't know what to say. Difficult. The engine says it's almost equal. Can you play queen b? Nah, but that doesn't do nothing. You could, but it doesn't do a damn thing. Okay, draw. They should draw now. At this stage, they should make it a draw. There's no weakness here. What do you do? There's no weakness. Let's make it a draw, okay? Let's just play another game. Let's just play King's Gambit next time, because nothing happens now. We just have to trade pieces. Oh, boy. Okay, what do you do here? There's no... I mean, this sort of weakness. I can't even call it a weakness, though. The b7, I mean, you may want to look at that, but how do you do things? Can you play queen a5? Can you play queen b4 for queen b6? I mean, apart from queen b4, which at least does something. Get your queen nicely on b4, perhaps b6. You just keep maintaining a little bit of tension here along this diagonal. You might be. Queen b4. Maybe queen b4, after all. I can't find anything. I don't know where to get the pieces. Where do you want to move your pieces? And why? What for? So imagine you are Prague now. How do you improve stuff here? This guy, it's something with it, because you might be able to play some super funky stuff, but how? How exactly are you doing this? You want to play this one straight away? And then this? Or you play queen b4 first and see what happens? Queen b4. Queen b4, it's a slight improvement, I think. I'm not... What can I say? Queen b4. Even this one feels a little bit fishy. You know why? If you play bishop f3 now, you're sort of encouraging knight d3. So you can't do bishop f3 now. That's a very good question. Now, guys, it's the time to ask the engine. After we exhausted all the possibilities and we didn't find a damn thing, now we can ask the engine. Enlighten us. G4. Bloody hell. F3. Easy. I'm gonna terminate the stream now. G4. Okay. What the heck is this G4? G4 for G5? Okay, maybe. The engine didn't find it. And F3? Yeah, right. I wouldn't play F3 in a billion years. F3. You want me to weaken the E3 pawn? You want me to play F3 to stopping any knights? Okay, that makes sense. And given the fact that black can't target the E3 pawn, probably F3 is considerable. But also I'm giving up the idea of bishop F3. Which anyway, I'm still reluctant because of the knight. Oh, what is that? Knight F3. Okay, let's go back. So ladies and gents, we did have something interesting with F3 and G4, but not huge moves. Not massively game changer moves. Just a very uneventful one, very innocuous. If innocuous as possible in chess. Knight F3 now. It's a complete open invite to trade off pieces, guys. And there is just a little bit of a subtlety here. If black doesn't initiate the trading, it could be this. It could be this, and the black knight's still in a pin. Just to mention the idea of it. Just to mention the idea. Yeah, rock, paper, scissors. That sounds good. That sounds good, Cy from Wales. I like your thought. I think they should be introducing this rule too. If it's a draw, yeah, rock, paper, scissors, that makes sense. Yes, it's a brilliant idea. Yes. Oh, guys, you're killing me. That's great. Rock, paper, scissors. That's great. That's great. That is absolutely great. Yeah, rock, paper, scissors, because it's 0.00 now, so it makes totally sense. I mean, come on, guys, let's go home. Let's wrap it up now, and let's just start another match. Because pieces are going to be traded now. Again, guys, there's a bit of a subtlety. A bit of a subtlety. If black doesn't take the white rook would take. And if black rook wants to take to dominate again, we have a pin. Again, in place, an absolute pin. No, not an absolute pin. We got a very nasty pin in place. So just as an idea. Another idea for knight on f3 would be to be developed on e5, thus hitting the very dangerous bishop on g6 That's another very healthy idea for Prague. Probably you noticed that already. So I think knight on f3 wants to go to e5 for sure. Hey, if black rook takes, we're going to take back with the rook. We all know that. And again, if black rook plays opposing the white rook, the knight on c5 is in a pin. That is correct, David. I'm afraid they're going to play until all the pieces had disappeared. They got 18 minutes Prague, 16 minutes Fabi. Equally strong. Guys, make no mistakes. They are equally strong. They are equally strong. Make no mistake. And as some of our friends says, I think it was Anirudh or who was it? Magnus had a rest day. And if he's not going to the club tonight and if he gets a good rest and things, he might be in very good shape tomorrow. Fabi, knight e4. Which knight on e4? This guy? Or this guy? It might be some differences here. Knight e4. It's very important which knight. Very important. Which knight you want to play. There are all sorts of turbulences here. If you play this guy, have you thought about queen takes? Because if you take it in this fashion, they might be taking the other rook. So if knight c to e4, queen takes, then I think black needs to take this guy with tempo check, and they're going to take, then the other guy's going to take. I'm not sure. So these are some subtleties and nuances, very important, not to be neglected. Now you're sort of like blocking your guys here. Maybe the other knight. It's not clear. Maybe knight d5 though. Maybe knight d5? Maybe. But knight e5 is coming. Hitting this guy. I don't know. The engine says it's absolute. You know, the reason I said I don't know, it's because I don't find any way to actually gain the upper hand. Neither for white, nor for black. I can only see... I can see an answer to every problem arises. There is always an answer. So there is no clear way for someone to get an advantage here. Because there isn't. You know, and if you play correctly, it's a draw, and the engine just endorses it, the idea. He just confirms. This one is a draw. That's why you don't have too many ideas, because everything is just a trading of the pieces now. I'm not sure, though, about knight e4, knight c to e. Maybe not the strongest one. What about queen c7? No. Apologies for this. This is a disaster. You can't do this. By the way, guys, never do that. Never get your queen aligned with your opponent's rook. So now he played the most tamed, safe approach here. King gets closer just to provide queen support. If there is any rook takes, your queen is not, knight is not pinned. So you play king f8 to be able to take the black queen if there is any problem here. So that's a nice little one played by Fabi. The engine says now he probably should have played something else because he missed an opportunity to probably slightly improve things. But it is so not obvious. Knight c4, knight f4. What? Knight f4. Under your c5 knight. You might be losing. After king f8, it's safe for black to try that idea. I'm not sure he'll be trying it though, but so instead of improving things, probably the engine says that this move was very defensive move. King g to f8 was a defensive move. It didn't improve nothing. It was just a extra safety measure. Just an extra added layer of safety. But didn't improve nothing, didn't move nothing, because it's more or less like a Zugzwang. You don't, I mean, there's just nothing to move. Oh, no, it's not a Zugzwang. Zugzwang means whatever you play, it makes it even worse. Whereas for black, it wasn't the case. So apologies. It wasn't a Zugzwang. It's just you can't find a very clear way to, you know, generate some attacking. Knight e5. Knight e5 makes sense. And knight e5 is what I said a few moves ago. Yeah, of course, knight e5. Because the bishop has to disappear. Yeah, it's a very natural move. And yeah, we said this already, 95. And because we got a bishop on e2, the black bishop can't play here now. So because of bishop here, they cannot do bishop h. They can, but it's not a happy move. It's not a happy move because the knight would be on the rim. Yes, 94, 95, we called it 95. So this one doesn't particularly work because takes and knight takes and you got a knight on the rim. Never, never great. So this guy's sort of going to be captured. Maybe he'll be playing bishop f5. But then g4. So he's going to go back, still going to have the same fate. Unless you want to make white to play g4. So maybe rook takes, rook d8, and you just play, what, knight e4? Knight e4. So I can see two things, either rook or knight e4. You don't care now if the white queen takes because you got a king. And you're going to take the queen with the king. So I think two big candidate moves for white. You leave the bishop now because you can't save them. So leave the bishop. Yeah, white's going to be taking. You're going to take back with h. But probably Prague not going to take this guy at this very second. He's going to keep the knight here for a while. I think what we're going to see is probably rook takes from Fabi, rook takes or knight e4. I think those make sense. Can Fabi play knight d5? I think he might be able to. Okay, the idea would be if knight takes g6, I can then perhaps do this bishop f3 idea, but probably I need take first. It's not clear. And it's still, okay, a little bit of an edge for white, plus 0.44. Okay. Okay. We are still playing. If it was very obvious, black would have played already. Hi there, Step. Good to see you, brother. Good to see you, my friend. Okay, we are watching the Rapids now, and let's see who is versing Magnus tomorrow. Okay. Again, candidate moves, rook takes or knight e4. Now let's ask the engine if they consider otherwise. Okay, what does the engine want to play here? Let's find out now, guys. Yeah, I don't like it in particular. Yes, I don't like it. That's why I didn't put it now with yellow paint because I don't like it. Knight c d7, I didn't even think of that. And rook d1, I did think of that, and I just mentioned it. Rook takes d1. Yeah, these are the candidate moves, but I didn't mention knight cd. Knight cd, I didn't mention it. It just feels a little bit passive, a little bit going downwards, a little bit retreating. And as a human, I mean, I don't like moving my guys back. I want to go forwards and attack. I don't want going back unless I have a very good reason. But I don't see what knight cd does apart from challenging this guy, which might be taken on g6. Thanks for stopping by, guys. Appreciate Fide. So I don't know if... Okay, what knight cd? Okay, hold on a second. Knight cd, knight takes g6, hg, queen a5. Queen a5. Okay. Rook c8, okay. Nah, rook d1, I like it more. Rook d1, knight c e4. I said knight ce4. I said this, and it makes sense, and I like it. Way more knight ce4 than this. So let's just toggle off now the lines. Okay, so we've seen the AI's ideas now. Obviously, I'm inclined towards this idea. And obviously, I like this idea way more than knight cd. Knight ce looks more, you know, attacking, aggressive, taking space, getting your pieces in your opponent's half territory. So that's more to my taste. I like it more. when you play the knight on c, just to let you know, guys, you're also putting the question to the white queen. So you'll be eliciting more trades here because... So he took rook d1. Yeah, that was my first choice. Of course, Prague takes back. What? Okay, that's... Okay, this is something I didn't anticipate. I thought white's going to take with the rook, but he take with the knight. You know why? Double attack on c5. If you play b6, you got to be careful because this guy will be hanging forever. Now I won't be hanging. Sorry, guys. Yeah, it's dangerous. It's getting funky. Probably rook c8. Probably we're going to see rook c8. But this is weird because rook c8, the knight is pinned. You know, the rook takes the other rook and checks. This is getting intriguing now. This is a very interesting find by Prague. Boy, I didn't expect that. Knight c3 d1. Now that's a surprise. And I'm telling you something, Fabi is surprised as well because Fabi was thinking that Prague gonna capture back with rook. I was thinking that one too. But no, no, no. He found something very interesting. Knight c3 took the rook. Very counterintuitive, but actually applied to the current position, ladies and gents. This is a dangerous subtlety because now white attacks here twice. And if you play rook to c, knight will be sort of pinned because you just simply take the rook with check. This is something serious. Fabi will be spending a few minutes, people. I guarantee Fabi will be spending some time now. If you're thinking about playing something like b6, a6 will be a perennial problem for black here. Hi there, Clint. Good to see you, my friend. Welcome. That's awesome. I'm glad you're here, folks. I'm glad you're here. I've kind of like learned some of the names here. Well, I don't have too many viewers, but anyway, I've learned the names now, so it's getting better. Again, b6 probably not the most appealing idea. Oh, a bit painful. What about rook to c7? What about rook to c7? Yeah, there is this one here, and if you play rook to c7, queen's gonna take, you're gonna have double pawns on the a file. You wanna play like this? No, I don't think you wanna play like this. So queen takes, if he doesn't want to move the queen someplace else. Maybe he wants to play the queen somewhere else. I don't know yet, I need more minutes. So just at the first glance, queen takes, king takes, queen takes, king takes, rook c7. Who you take with the rook? Well, I'm not sure anymore. Queen takes, rook takes, rook c7. Okay. Now you're gonna drop this guy. No, so queen takes, rook takes. Obviously, you're gonna take on g6 or just take this one here. What are you gonna do? But you're gonna decide something in regards with the knight on e5. If you don't want to trade the queens, where do you put the queen? Do you play b3? Do you really have to take the queen? Is there a better way? Huh. Do you play check now just to, you know, get rid of this bishop first? Because it's getting very dangerous and you might be wanting to jump around a bit. So take this bishop. They'll take with h. And then you're still to be decided. Maybe take the queen, then bishop b7? Bishop b7, rook c7. I think looks good for white. Looks good for Prague. Fabi seems to be defending now. Fabi seems to, you know, just... He's kind of like forced to react to attacking moves. He's not taking initiative. Well, he's playing with the black pieces. Okay. But Prague seems to be finding some resources to actually pose problems. That's exactly why I said knight g6 first, Anirudh. Yes. So knight g6, I think, looks good. Then perhaps you may want to take the queen. And then you may want to play rook c7. And then you may want to play bishop f3. I think it's not very bad. Not very bad this way. Yeah, I think it's playable. You don't want to take this knight in particular because this bishop would be the monster, would be the nightmare of white here for the remainder of the game. So you better make sure that the bishop disappears. So Prague would better take this bishop. I mean, this is the most dangerous, annoying piece. For white, I would say now, this bishop on g6 is the most dangerous piece. The rook doesn't even exist at the minute. The rook is just far away. They need 1 or 2 more tempi to get it to do something active. So, what is Prague doing? I mean, I know he thinks. Sorry, apologies for asking such a stupid question, but the question is, why doesn't he take the bishop on g6? Okay, I'm going to ask the engine now because it's almost, I think, incredibly obvious. Bishop g6. This kind of idea. Let's ask the engine. Black will have to defend. White is actually posing trouble here. Let's find out. Knight d7. The most awkward ever. Ever. Knight d7. Blimey. I think I might be able to understand why, but it's not the first on my radar. It's just knight g6. Okay, the second line of the engine. Knight g6. I've discarded completely knight takes d7. Completely I've discarded it. Because I'm going to allow the black bishop to stay for the rest of the game. And that's a big problem. That's a very ugly knight. Bishop. Very dangerous bishop. The idea would be if you take on d7, queen can't take because the queen is pinned absolutely. So black needs to take with f6 on d7. What does that mean? That means that you might be able then to make a pin. And the pin is a pin. So he go, yeah, okay. At least I played like Prague. Okay. At least I play like Prague. Of course I want to take the bishop. So Prague took the bishop based on the same understanding as ourselves. You can't allow your bishop to maintain such a dangerous bishop. So Prague went for this idea. Let's take that bishop g6 first. Now, this one looks playable. Very playable. Yeah, there's very nice pawn structure for both colors. There are some ideas. Prague will be focusing. Okay, first thing first, the queen has to either take or move away, because if you don't take the black queen, they're going to take, and then you're going to ruin your pawn structure, and you're going to have double isolated pawn on A. So you're sort of going to lose. So let's just put it this way, very bluntly. You either take the queen or you move the queen away. Which one going to be and why? So that's what's going to happen. I would be inclined to say just take the queen. Just take the queen, because whatever black responds with, you are able to play then rook to c7 and perhaps bishop f3 and then knight c3 given a chance. Of course, you can't play them all at once, but just saying, highlighting now, queen b3. He did exactly. So you don't want to trade the queen. Queen b3, I've said it already a couple of moves ago. I said queen b3. In case you don't want to, I've speculated queen b3. Now you're looking at b7. You're looking at b7. And if this thing happens, you're going to play queen b4. If knight c5, you're going to play queen b4. A little bit of queen maneuvering, but looks very good for white. Oh, definitely c5 is to be exploited. Definitely. Rook c7 is incredibly important to happen. But now it's Fabi's turn. Fabi needs to address the b7. I think black has a little bit more problem than... Okay, the engine says it's perfectly equal, but psychologically, with black, you need to play again defensive moves, and you gotta be freaking accurate here. You've got to defend b7. How do you defend b7? You play the knight. Where? You go knight e5. He went b5. Now, a6 is a liability. You might be playing a4. You might be playing rook c7. a4, rook c7. Which one's going to be, guys? Or bishop f3. Don't tell me you're going to play knight c3. This is crazy, because then the rook plays on c8. So I don't think you want to play knight c3 now. Probably you want to play rook c7, a4, bishop f3. Which one's going to be? Rook c6? This is completely out of my radar. I can't do that. Rook c6. Oh, it feels awkward, awkward, awkward. Yeah, I understand you hitting a6, don't get me wrong. But I like to make a pin. I don't think it's bad, step. I don't think it's bad, rook a6, but probably rook a8. And then bishop f3. Okay, then rook a7. I'm not completely convinced. Queen c2. Let me go back and ask the engine. I want to see if my ideas would be rook c6. Your idea was actually a3. I thought a4. Rook c6. Your idea the best. a3, queen c2. You must have seen something. Rook c6, knight b8. Probably rook c6 because it forces black to play more defensively. And they might be making mistakes. That makes sense. That makes sense. Okay. Okay. You found something interesting. For sure, rook a6. Queen c2. Queen c2. Okay, let's just collect the data now. Rook can't go on c, that's for sure. Rook can go to the d, sort of. But then we might be having this. We might be having queen c6, queen c7, bishop f3, queen d6. He tries to come out, thus defending this guy. But you know something? Can we play queen c6? Queen takes, rook takes. I don't think it's that bad after all. I don't think it's bad. The engine still gives it a draw. But I think I like the white pieces more here. Because a6 seems to be a weakness that is very much huntable. That is after queen c6 if black queen were to take. If black queen were to take, then rook would be constantly hitting a6. And you got a nice bishop here that makes it almost impossible for this guy to move or this guy to move. So you know something, that's quite cool. This bishop on e2 seems to be quite the problem for black, and it will make a lot of problem for Fabi here. And we're getting in time issues again for both players. That's what I'm afraid. This is the point where I'm afraid one of these two fine gents going to be playing something sloppy because of the time issues. Normally, that's what it is. Oh, that's a long story. White on the white knight is on the back because Prague was yeah, a4. I've speculated that move too. A4. I said that one. A4 takes good for white. Good for white if that were to happen. That's a long story, Sadvik. Well, okay, let's make it short. When knight played on d1, enabled Prague to actually attack the c5 knight twice because the knight was on c5, queen was on e7, queen on a3, and the rook on c1. And he actually developed a double attack on a pinned piece, so to speak, pinned. It wasn't that pinned because the king was on f8. But that was with knight on the background. Yes, it's not a happy square. It's not a happy square. White will have to spend a tempo to get the knight back in business. But it is what it is. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Boy, oh, boy, oh, boy. If Fabi had played that rook f8 yesterday, Step, if Fabi had played yesterday that one, the history might have been different today. Maybe he was already in the final. That was an incredibly important move. He didn't play it, though. You saw this. I saw it. The engine saw it, first of all. Fabi didn't choose it. He played e5. I remember exactly. Now, I think, again, I like the white pieces a bit more. It's more attacking ideas for white. I don't... Oh, do you know why I like whites a bit more here? Because white is actually attacking in this position. Black is only responding. They don't put any problem here. There's no problem that Fabi just defends now. Did you notice, guys? He's just defending. Not mentioning that Fabi has a very awkward rook position on e8. So the rook on e8, what do they do? What do you do with that rook? Where do you move it? If you think about a8 ideas, you're always getting into this kind of problems. Where do you move the rook? It took. You want to bet Prague's going to grab this guy straight away. Of course, a6 now. How do you respond to this? Probably there is an answer. Nice little one. Bishop e2 under threat. And rook. Ah, you got to drop the queen back. Oh, blind me. You have to drop the queen back now, right? Ah, exactly. Ah, because queen attacks the rook and the bishop simultaneously. Queen has to go back. Guess what's going to happen? Queen takes. Probably. It could be queen a5. Hell, it could be check. Nah. Then you have to go back on a5 anyway, because when this guy plays, they're going to be attacking you. Okay, these are a little bit of tactics. Fabi needs more time to do some messy stuff here. You need a bit more time. It could be as a Zwischenzug move. It could be as an in-between. Queen e1, check moves, then drop back on a5. Nah, you can't. No, I don't think so, because you had check, and it's very nasty. You're giving up on the first rank. I don't think rook c2 would have been good. I don't think so. People say rook c2, but I'm not sure. I gotta go back and check. I just don't like rook c2 at all. Rook c2, this feels so bad. I don't like it. I absolutely don't. No, I'm just dropping the bishop. Sorry, guys. The queen attacks two pieces at once. You can't do that. Let's go back. Queen c2, you can't play rook c2. You're talking about... Yeah, exactly as I said. Queen takes, rook takes. I said that one. Okay, we're looking at this. That's what's going to happen. It's going to happen bishop b5. And then I don't know where does the... no, but that's what's going to happen first. And if this, then it's going to happen this. And then it's going to happen this. I think makes sense. Then something like this. And God knows, I don't know. It's a long stretch. I don't know. It could be all sorts of things. But bishop b5 looks the most active, aggressive move that actually poses trouble for black here. Of course, they can defend. By the way, Fabi just defends. Now, the rook is awkwardly positioned, and we're probably looking at another pin. Bishop b5. I mean, if that's not a strong move, I don't know what a strong move is here. Whatever shenanigans you want to try, just very costly time-wise. I mean, whatever crazy stuff you want to play, it just takes forever. And Fabi going to play those knights, and you're going to be sorry. So you better make a pin now. You better make a pin now. Then put pressure on the pin piece. Then think about other alternatives. This kind of ideas for Prague. Fabi has to respond accurately because he's being constantly under attack. Queen e1, king h2, and then Sahwan trying to be in the rook on h8. Yes, that makes sense, Anirudh. Yes, previously. If queen e1, king h2, and queen a5, that was a very valid point, Anirudh. I like that idea. Yes. Yes. I think you're absolutely correct. Yeah, that definitely worth investigating. Let me tell you something. Probably Fabi would have considered that thought, but the problem is the time. So when you get in crazy positions, tacticals, it eats your time. It just eats your time. You do not have time. You don't want to lose on time, right? I mean, Fabi is 3 minutes, Prague is 5. It's... You kind of like... If you don't have a massive advantage, the wisest thing to do is just freaking just trade stuff and make it a draw. Go for the next. Maybe in the blitz, you're going to be managing to win a blitz or something. There's no point in wasting, just... I'm surprised they didn't do bishop b5. Let me go back, ask the engine. Rook c3, rook c7, f3, which he did play. What is wrong with bishop b5? Let me see how bad of a move that is. Let me see how much do I lose. I don't lose a damn thing. Bishop b5 is very playable. No, I was correct. Bishop b5. The engine didn't mention, Prague didn't play it, but the engine now evaluates and says, actually, it's a very decent move. There's nothing wrong with bishop b5. No, I had a very good thought. There's nothing wrong with this. No, there's nothing wrong. f3 is not bad either. Takes away from the knight this squares. So mainly, if you're asking why f3, well, just taking this. And then you might be able to play this, take this one too. Given a chance. I don't know. 25 and 10. I don't know if they get time increment. No, I think it's just 25-10 what it is. I don't think they get any half an hour, no nothing. I think that works in the classical format, not this type of tie break. Actually, I just don't know if in the tie break, when they play rapid blitzes, they get half an... No, I don't think so. So just to make it clear for all our friends, f3 takes those squares, stopping any black knight's incursion. Prepares also e4, taking this guy square as well. Knights are very flexible, though. They might be playing all sorts of stuff, and you got to be very careful. So Fabi gonna use those knights. You rest assured, Fabi gonna use the knights. And this guy has only one trajectory. Well, not trajectory, has only one itinerary. Knight e4, knight d5, and knight b4. Seems to be very, very good outpost. Yes. I still don't know why bishop b5 is not on the board. Because bishop b5 not just makes a pin, but bishop b5 stops the black pawn. And you might be theoretically be able to play this and maybe this, then maybe this, and okay, maybe it's like a billion maybes, but I think makes sense. Maybe he does want to play bishop b5 because he hopes to attack when this guy moves. Very difficult to say. Guys, f3 has another virtue. Not just stopping the knight, the black knight, to coming on e4 and g4, but also allowing the white knight to go via f2 in the game. Potentially. But maybe king wants to go. We're going to see about that. Well, is to move now. I think Prague deserves a chance. He's an incredibly strong grandmaster, Prague, and he deserves all the good stuff to happen. By any means, Fabi is just an absolute beast as well. He's a monster of accuracy. He's an incredibly strong grandmaster. These are very strong grandmasters, and I really my all admiration for these guys. I really love them, and I think Prague is a young man, and I don't know, maybe he deserves it. But there's no such a thing as deserve. You have to take what do you think belongs to you. In chess, you have to take it. You don't deserve it. I mean, you put in the hard work. You do the best of the best ever you're capable of, but you actually have to take the victory if you think it's yours. You don't deserve it. You take it. Cheers, man. Okay. Thanks for the message. We'll go back if we consider thanks. Cheers. Right. So if Prague wants to win, he better just win it. Cheers, Clint. Thank you, brother. Yeah. And okay, let the man be here. Okay. He didn't say nothing. He just, yeah. That's fine. That's okay. So, what is Fabi doing? Oh, yeah. He just doesn't have very many good moves. Probably rook b8. Just making sure. Well, but rook b8 is already defending twice. But, keep a little bit of pressure. You never know. I mean, what else do you want to do? What did he do? Oh, my God. Knight d5. e4. We said that. Knight b4. We said that. Rook c7. We said that too. Knight coming strongly. Rook attacking pawn and knight at the same time. Knight plays defending. Knight e3. Very nice. And king e7. And this is where we are now, ladies and gents. What about bishop b5? Oh man, why doesn't he play bishop b5? Nothing's more natural than bishop b5, feels like here. Do they? Man, I don't even pay attention to that. I mean, when I'm seeing a guy that tells me that he wants to sell stuff, I mean, I get like 100 spam messages a day from various sources now. You name it. I mean, I can't just follow those bots or scammers or whatever the heck they are or something. I don't even pay attention to. I don't pay attention. And also, there might be some honest folk, they want to make a buck, they just want to, But anyway, bishop b5, let's go back to our chess stuff. Bishop b5 is actually one of the most natural things ever. He still doesn't play it. Knight c4. Okay. Well, you're attacking twice here, but guess what? Rook a8. Exactly. Exactly right. Knight c4, rook a8. As soon as I said, they played it immediately. Now you can't play your bishop. And guess what? This guy might be coming down. Knight b6 looks very, very, very enticing here. Very attractive idea. What's not to like about knight b6? What is not to like about knight b6? And then knight a4? And then you play your beautiful bishop somewhere. Yes, Anirudh. Knight b6 straight away. He better play that. Sorry, I don't see anything strong. Do you know what? There's something weird about knight b6. It also allows some king at some point. Huh. Interesting. Maybe he wants to do... Yes, exactly. Yes, I just said that maybe he wants to do, and he did it. Rook b5. You also have this idea. That's a very nice little one. I like it. And the knight on c4 stops any king's approaches. Well, rook b7 is quite strong. You can't trifle with that one. Rook b7 is cool. I think Fabi might be playing rook a7. Yes! As soon as I said it, he played it. Rook a7, you have to. Yes, yes, yes. I don't know. Knight a3, nah. King f2 wants to come closer to the action. Pawn can't move down because knight a3, so nothing's going to happen in terms of this. But king might be moving one step closer. I mean, what else? Okay, draw, ladies and gents. I don't see any way to... Probably they'll be playing for a while, but there's no big weakness here. There's no weakness to exploit, so to speak. Those black knights are doing an incredibly good job. You just can't maneuver around them. Rook was nice to be here, white rook, but how do you get the white rook here? It was nice to give some checks, go for this guy. King e3, we call that one too. King e3 stops any idea with the knight on d3. King gets closer as well. Now the black rook is free. You don't have to worry about rook b7. King is here. Have no fear. Rook on a7 has to move now freely. And is that an idea? Just saying. This guy is hanging, right? Tough to say. This one just in any case. Nah, he's not gonna leave. He's not gonna give this pawn. This is suicidal. You can't give the pawn. Yes, I'm afraid so, Anirudh. I'm afraid. Yeah, rook e8 had been played. I called that one. He played it. But he won't leave. He won't leave the a file. You cannot afford to lose that pawn. This is a nice fort, and I think it's lovely. It's really lovely. But this is just too much. You can't lose the only pawn you've got here on the a file. This is very important. They're going to blitz out, unfortunately, and someone's going to miss something. That's what's going to happen today. Sooner or later, make no mistake, ladies and gents, sooner or later, someone's going to drop, someone's going to crack, someone's going to make a miss, someone's going to lose it. That's exactly what's going to happen. Either the next 5 minutes or the next hour, I don't know, someone's going to make a bad move, a blunder. Someone's going to make a... Unfortunately, they both proved they're equally strong. That is why they drew so many times. But it can only be one. f6. Interesting. If white takes, black going to take back with a nice island, pawn island. Very good, but white doesn't. Guys, look at the ugliness. If black were to take the white pawn, look at the ugliness of having triple pawns on the g file, which, of course, a professional cannot allow that to happen. Yeah, a little bit nice of an outpost here. I don't know if that's... No, you can't. You're dropping the knight completely. Sorry, that's a blunder. Nice pressure here, though. 1, 2, 1, 2. Nice little pressure there. What? If this, you want to play this? Oh, boy. Now it's getting hot. The engine likes it. The engine doesn't say it's a bad thing. But I assume after bishop a4, it's going to be rook d3. And time is a problem. Time is a problem. Bishop a4 taken. You want to bet rook d3? You want to bet, guys? That's exactly what's going to be. It's going to be rook d3. Rook d3, king f2. They got to defend that one. Takes, and obviously takes. Well, that's natural. Now we're gonna do something with this rook or with the knight. But what? You're gonna play what? You're gonna play knight e3 for knight here? Ooh. Oof. You gotta move the knight. Gotta move the knight. I don't know where. Knight e3 feels like to, but this guy's gonna drop. Can you do something else? Can you do bishop? Pawn. Okay, securing the bishop, defending the knight naturally. This guy dropped, but now it's white's turn to move a little bit. King attacks the rook. Probably rook back or rook on the back rank. Hard to say. The white rook is a little bit awkward here. Where do you go with the rook, guys? The white rook feels a little bit trapped. I think Prague needs to play knight a5 ASAP. If this rook moves somewhere, we don't know still yet. Well, they might be playing f5 after all, but he'll be putting the black pawns on the white diagonal of the bishop. So when you play something like f5 on medium long term, you've got to anticipate some nasty ideas. You don't want to put your pawns in the end on the color of your opponent's diagonal. Yes, he did play f5, but that's probably something that Prague will try and exploit after knight a5, I guess. Knight a5, you want to break this knight's pair. You want to break the knight's pair. You could do it in a couple of ways. Probably knight a5. That's a nice pin. You want to play this? Of course he wants to play knight a5. But even better, rook c7. Ooh, what did happen? Rook f4. Whoa, whoa, let's just go back a bit. Bang, hit. Oh, this is crazy. Of course it's crazy. Check. Hook, takes. Boom, takes. Bang. Oh, God, gee. Oh, okay, draw. Draw. Draw, 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 draw. Oh, guys. Oh, God. We're going to see it 10 minutes and 10 now. I think we're going to get in 10-10 now. Equally strong, guys. This is sick. They're equally strong. So I'm rooting for them both. They're absolutely proven the class, the high class of their chess. And you cannot say that either Prague or Fabi is better than the other one. It's not. No, they're not. No, they're equally strong. They're absolutely equally strong. At this stage now, all the super GMs are just right in the same league. They are in the same league. Unless someone wins like 4-0 or something. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Oh, Prague is a potential world champion. The guy is really, really promising. Fabulous. He's not promising. He is already super strong. Do you know what I mean? I mean, not promising in terms of he will probably in an undefined future become stronger. He is already strong now. So, ladies and gents, we're going to get into 10-10. Ooh. Hi there, Dinesh. What's going to happen is after the guy go to the loo or they go get a coffee or a sandwich, they'll be returning for another rapid. We're going to have 2 match 10 minutes and 10 seconds increment. Let me look at that. Look at this. So now what's going to happen is this stage is they're going to be playing 2 rapids. 2 rapids. And if nothing happens, 2 blitzes. And then blitzes all the way. Blitzes all the way then. That's exactly what's going to happen. Prague played London system, an attempt to play the London system, but then he pushed c4, so it was a hybrid then. Something in between the Queen's Gambit and the something. Queen's Gambit declined or something. Step. We can just check it now because you've asked the question. But it started at the London system, but then c4 happened. No, I think it's absolutely fair because they've been playing for a while. Anirudh, they've been playing for a while. You gotta just get someone actually winning. I mean, otherwise we play forever. If you put a minimum, maybe a minimum of 2 points, but actually it can really go long and long and long and long. That's debatable, but they've proven they are equally strong. Now, what can I say? Hey, guys. 10:10 now. Go get your coffees, get your snacks, guys. Probably should be doing similarly. But let me finish this coffee first. And I think it's fair. What is unfair? It's fair. I mean, you know that you it makes you forces you to staying focused and committed 100% every single clash now. You have to be 100% dedicated and committed to what happens. And I think makes sense. Yeah, there is something interesting. Yeah, yeah. The Armageddon, I think they got some interesting rules. Black gets white gets less time or something. I don't know. There is a strange format somewhere. I've forgotten. So now we're going to see 10 minutes and 10 seconds increment. That is another rapid. And yeah, sudden death. But wait a minute. Prague had white previously. Shouldn't be having blacks now. Or maybe the engine hadn't, right? What's going on? Can you play twice the same color in a row? Cheers, Anirudh. Thanks for stopping by, brother. No problem. I'll see you tomorrow for the final. Anirudh, don't forget, tomorrow, final, Magnus and whoever wins between these two fine gents. Okay? See you tomorrow for the final. Cheers, man. Enjoy the day. Or enjoy the night. Depends. Well, depends how you want to look at it. Okay, so far so good. Who's going to win, Fabi or Prague? We don't know. But we'll know as we look at their games. Okay, let's just pull another quick puzzle. What is that? Black to move. Ooh. May I do this? Then rook takes, and then queen takes, and king takes. Can I do that? I think I can. F3. Rook must take. Queen. King takes. Black king takes. Is it? Yeah, it is. Oh, that is why they didn't play as I said. Now it is a little bit of a subtlety here. Bang, bang. No. This, but this then. And then queen, you know, if they take, I take. So probably I'm going to go F2 now. If rook takes queen, F2. If they play this, coming down with the king, probably something. Okay, should I do this? But then this happened. Then this happened. No, 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 no. Wait a minute. Can I do... Can I do this? Check this. Check this. That's it. Something like that. Or can I just play straight away? Nah, they're going to be doing this or they're going to be doing that. No, I got to play this because the king goes here. This. This. Yep. Check. Queen. Pawn G2 check. King must take. Queen. That was it. Okay, let's go back now, guys, to Fide World Cup. Come on, boys. Did you start? People are waiting here. Okay, they haven't. Well, we're ready. We're ready, guys. We are ready. Oh, yeah, let me go to that streamer bits music stuff. I know someone said that I should be putting music on, but you know, yeah, okay, sure. Ambient Gold, what is that? Stream bits by Harris Keller. Keller. Okay, don't matter. Sounds like, let me see. Can you guys hear it? Oh no, you cannot. Wait a minute. So I'm gonna try go to some Spotify something music for streaming and things until they start the game. Where's the music? I can't hear a damn thing. I do. Uh, Actually. Well, I can't hear nothing, that's for sure. Okay, I don't know what's going on. I can't hear anything. Must be something somewhere. It just takes too long for me to clarify this. I don't know. Uh, ah, okay. Probably. Okay. Is it too loud? Is it too loud? Probably can stay like this. Let me see. Okay. Let me refresh the page. All right, guys. Let's do another puzzle then before Prague and Fabi resume their clash. Let's do another puzzle. So we're playing white here. There's something to do with this. Of course it has to do with this. Rook takes, this, and queen here. What? What did I... Oh, it was the rook. And then here. How did I miss this one? Exactly. Let's do a retry, because here is this. Ah, that's a shame. I was almost certain. Almost certain I was. Okay. Next one. This for this, which is this. Whatever they take with won't make any difference because we're going to take this. Okay, we're going to take the rook for free now. Okay, that was it. Cool stuff. Shall we go for another? Guys, can you hear the music? Or is just I'm hearing it? Can you hear something? Or is just it's too low? It's too strong, the sound or something? Just let me know, guys. Okay, what do we do? Oh, you don't hear it. You don't hear it. That's weak, weird. You don't hear it. Blimey. Okay, I gotta do some modification on the OBS sound because it's just blasting here. Okay, probably it's something to do with the OBS to suppress the background noise. Apologies for this. Yeah, it's something on the OBS probably. I made a setting to suppress any background noise. So if there is a music, the speakers are close to the mic. Believe it or not, the speakers is just right here. And if you can't hear what the speaker is blasting, that means the feature actually really works. Really does suppress killing any background noise. That's interesting. Cool stuff. Right, did they start to play? Because I don't want to miss that. I think you guys want to see what they play. They haven't. So we might go for another quick puzzle then. If you guys are happy with, let's just do another quick puzzle here. Come on. What do we do? White to play. I want to take this guy off the board. Unless there is something stronger. The reason I want to take it is because they're going to take. Then I'm going to take this guy for free. Because they can't take because the king is in check. For instance. Or I may take the knight first. Because if I take the bishop first, they're going to take this guy first, attacking my queen. Or maybe I should take with the pawn first. Maybe I should take with the pawn. But if I take with the pawn, they take with this guy, and then I'm going to take this guy for free. Can't be that bad after all. Was it with the knight? Knight e4, knight g6. What was wrong with the pawn, though? Oh, the bishop takes. Oh, how did I miss that one? Yes, knight takes. Of course, knight takes. No. No, yes, no, yes, no, yes. Ah. Right. Knight takes. But what if the bishop takes? No, the engine says knight g6, actually. Knight g6. And if knight c3, knight e7 with tempo, for Christ's sake. I missed that one. Yes. Ah. Wrong, 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 wrong. Knight g6, exactly as I thought the first idea was correct. And even if knight c3, you take on e7 with tempo. And then you're going to take the other knight. Oh. Don't matter. Don't matter. We got like a billion more puzzles left. We got a billion more puzzles. Check first. King moves. Oops. After check, you're going to take this guy with tempo. And now you might be having another check here, or take the rook in the corner. Nah. Yes? Is there a checkmate? No, there's no checkmate. You got to take the rook. I thought it's a checkmate, but it's not. After this one, there to play g6. You don't have a check because of queen, so nothing would have happened. Let's go for another one. What's going on? This. Oh, that's that thing with the triangulation. Guys, this is a classical example of the triangulation thingies. You got to play with the necessary tempo to get the guys on before they take yours. So if you take the rook, king's going to take. You go here. They might be playing, for instance, here. When you go here, they go here. And then you lose your pawn. So you take the rook, king takes. You're going to have to play probably this. And king's going to go here. And you're going to go here. And king's going to go here. Sorry, king's going to go here. And then you're going to go here. And then they go here. And then you take. Oh, really, really massive triangulation nightmare. So this is one of those examples in which the shortest way to grab the pawn actually is the wrong one. So if you do this, they do this, you do this, they do this, and then you're gonna lose your pawn. So you gotta just delay it a little bit. You need that tempo. You need that tempo. You're gonna be playing, you're gonna do this, they're gonna do this, you're gonna do that. What was wrong with this? What? Okay, G6. Okay, I could have played G6. Aw. Yes, G6. G6. My bad. Okay, have they started? Let's see if they started. No, they have not. No, they have not. Okay, let's shoot another one. Hanging. Rook and knight hanging. Well, a knight is a knight, and you do it with check. Anything other? Table one. Might be having this. You might be having this. Might be doing what? This? Might. No, you can't do that. Shall you play the rook? No, you gotta. Nah, that's defended. Rook a to d1. Rook a to d1. Rook a to d1. Maybe. I think I like rook a to d1. I like it very much. Could it be some crazy queen g6? Not sure. Don't tell me you have to take the pawn. No, you don't have to. You have to play this. Yes, now we go for the check. Yeah. Yes, that's correct, Step. Okay. Let's give it another quick one. Check here. Looks like queen can take on e5. Check and fork. Unless I'm missing, of course, billion things. But I think probably the simplest way is the most efficient one. It's got to be this. Okay, we could do actually an in-between move, guys. This is the example. Rather than taking the rook, which is not a bad thought, you could potentially take this bishop with tempo attacking the queen. Then queen has to move, and they will be moving somewhere. And then you take the rook. Yes. Okay, that was on spot. Spot on. Back to the Fide World Cup. Oh man, they haven't started yet. Probably they get like 5-10 minutes break. 5-10 minutes break or something. Black to play here. Okay, let's try and do another one. Okay, something to do with the queen and the bishop, for sure. This one looks like... there's another guy here. Oops. So you can't really go queen f8. What about queen? No, you can't. You can't do this because there's a queen here. What about... Oops, so we said this and we said that. Can we do this then? Yes. 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 And checkmate here. Queen to b4. Checkmate. Okay. Let's just do a quick one before start. Oh, this is a tough one. Oh, look at this one. Can you believe this? I mean, you have to look at knight. You have to look at both bishops. You have to look including the king. It can be anything. Look at the mess of it. White to move. Look at the whole mess of it. Where's the checkmate? This guy is hanging. You could do this, and after bishop takes, you could do this. Maybe it might be even simpler than we thought. Bishop, defending, taking the squares, then you got checkmate. The problem would be after bishop here, the bishop might check you though. That might be one little bit of stuff here. Okay, you might be playing this guy with check. No, because then they're going to take you here. Or, so this one will be met with this. Could potentially play perhaps this, but then they'll be taking your guy here. You've got to be kidding me. You got to be joking. What is... Okay, you do this, then this guy drops. If you do this and then take... Oh, you're talking about bishop e2. Then we might have a problem with this check, though. David, we might have a bishop b6. Bishop e2, bishop b6. Then you're in check. And you have to move the king. You're talking about king d3 or something? And the bishop takes your guy. This is difficult. King f3. Okay. Bishop e2, bishop b6, king f3. Bishop takes your guy here. What do you play next? Bishop e2, you mean? Bishop b6, king f3, knight d3? Checkmate, right? This, bishop b6, king f3, bishop takes, knight d3. Can they still just go? Because your king is on f3 and your knight is on d3 and the king runs away? Just saying. I don't think it's a checkmate, is it? Take knight d3 and they go via d2. After knight d3 check, they play king d2, right? Then what do you want to play? Not what? Nah, this is a funky one. This is the funkiest ever. This is the fun. Okay, I'm going to take a picture because we might be needing to go to the to what our guys play. Let me take a picture for this one, and maybe I'm going to put it on. Maybe I'm going to put it on the analysis board later on, and we're going to look at this because this is unsolved just yet, and it could be anything. I mean, this is a tough puzzle. Make no mistake, this is a tough one. It's somewhere here. You have to take it one by one. You have to take it by elimination. You have to include everything, including king's move, knight move, either of the two bishops move. You got to take them one by one and see which one's going to be. You have to look at this. You have to look at everything. This one takes... Is there any check? Nah. Very tough. Maybe bishop here, but then you lose this guy. Maybe you have a check first. This guy takes. Maybe this. Then take. No, you don't even have a check. This is nuts. This takes. I don't know. Could be anything. Oh, maybe this bishop f3 check. Gonna kick. If they get your bishop, if you don't checkmate, if they get your bishop, it's game over. You're not gonna be doing nothing. Guys, we're gonna be returning because I don't want. Let me know if they stop playing or something, if you can. If they didn't stop playing, we're gonna still looking at this puzzle. Knight c4. Let's look at knight c4. Knight c4. Then king takes d1. King takes d1. And now, if you don't have a checkmate or a fork, this is a draw. Okay. Maybe there is something with bishop f2. This guy takes. Then this. King's gonna run away. I really don't know what we play. Oh. Oh, no, 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 no. What did I do? What did I do? Okay, I think I moved something by mistake. Okay. So it's something to do with this guy, but not f3. It's g4. Okay, you are in check now, and you gotta move probably f3? This is not clear in the slightest. This is so not clear. King f4? Oh, it's a fork. What? You'll go here. Then you're gonna have this. Okay, not over yet. It's not over yet. This guy can't move, so you're gonna play this? You're gonna play this. Yes, you're gonna play king g4. Then hopefully you're gonna take this guy and gonna deliver checkmate to knight and bishop versus king. This is nuts. This is absolutely crazy. Incredibly difficult puzzle. Pass rate 27.5. This is incredibly difficult puzzle, I guess. It was based on the fact you're actually going to take a bishop and you're going to checkmate with knight and bishop and king versus lone king. Yes. Very tough puzzle. Very tough puzzle. And starting with bishop g4 and then king f4, a bunch of incredibly counterintuitive moves. This is a monster of a puzzle. Really tough puzzle. Very tough puzzle. Let's try go back to Fide World Cup and see what. Yeah. Oh, for Christ's sake, they haven't started yet. They haven't. Yeah, they're not playing. Still not playing. Man, what a tough puzzle we had. Very difficult puzzle. Oof. Compared to this one, which you would say just go straight away, bishop f. And then when king plays, you're probably playing this, and at least you're winning a queen. Or you just take the queen straight away after king plays. Probably. You do this. Just move the king. Unless there is a checkmate. Unless there is a checkmate. Or probably bishop f8. Probably bishop f8. Yeah, probably bishop f8 and then move the bishop, not to take the queen, but even to deliver checkmate. Yes. Starts with this, and they didn't even continue. So after this one, we might be playing bishop h6, right? As you very well suggested, and yes. Very, very much doable. The previous one with the two bishops and knights versus king and knight was a nightmare of a puzzle. Incredibly difficult puzzle. What a monster of a puzzle. Starting with bishop g4. This is absolutely crazy. This is insane of a puzzle. Why? Incredibly difficult. So we're looking at this. Queen takes or something. And it's done because of the queen's diagonal. So probably rook h4. They started. Ooh. Thank you. What do I do? Taking. Do I take? With the rook? Yes. No. Do I push the pawn? What the heck am I supposed to be doing here? This? Italian. This? Gotta be cute. Okay, cool, cool, cool. Let's go to the game. Okay, let's go to the game. All right, guys. Let's go back. They started. They have returned to the game. Italian, 10 minutes and 10. Okay, there you go. Right. Italian game. Whew, nice one. All right, guys, grab your coffees. Have your croissant. Bishop e3. All right, developing move. I reckon that was a developing move. Of course, it was a developing move. Or pressure on the pin knight. You could go g4, for instance. Or you could just take. Takes. And then maybe this. This and then this. Oh, you could definitely take. I think that would be a right moment to take. g4 would be further weakening the king side. You don't want to really push g4, I reckon. So probably bishop takes d4. What would you play, guys? Step David. Yes, bishop d4, exactly. Bishop d4, pawn takes. Knight here. Okay. Knight d5. Knight takes, bishop takes, looking at b7. You could play c6, you could play rook b8, you name it. But you're not going to give this guy. So c6, okay. Bishop may be dropping b3, you may go e2, b3, exactly. You're still in a little bit of a pin. Why did they take? Wasn't necessary. Queen f3, obviously. This guy's doing. Okay, fine. Fine, 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 fine. 6 had been played. What's the game here? Do you do c3? Then bishop f6. No. Yeah, that makes sense, Step. Of course you want to play bishop f6. Whatever white comes up with. Hi there, Clint. Thanks for returning, brother. So bishop f6 is a move you want to do it in principle, I guess. For bishop g7, just stay there. A white can't attack this guy twice. Queen g4. Look at the Valba. A bit of advantage for white. I guess the plan is f4, f5. I'm telling you now, guys. I'm telling you now. The plan is f4, f5. That's what it is. Probably those of you that are familiar know that actually that's going to happen. f4, f5. Look at this beautiful diagonal here. So f7 is pinned. And that's exactly what's going to happen. You can't push f because the pawn is pinned by the bishop. And you can bet that bf4 is going to happen. Almost guaranteed. Yeah, but f4 still going to happen. Because there is no other way to play with white here. Is f4, I don't know, w rooks or something. Go for the Pawn breaking now. Now this guy can move. Well, you don't want to particularly do that. This will be incredibly strong. So that is why the engine says white is doing a bit better. Doing a bit, yes, Clint. This is a position in which white is being favored by the engine because this bishop is way stronger, more problematic than the dark square black bishop, which does do nothing. And even if the bishop were to move on f6, ladies and gents, if the bishop were to move on f6, he wouldn't do nothing. Why? Because it hits its own pawn. It attacks its own pawn on d4, so you really don't do nothing with that bishop. And even if you play along, and f4, I think that was absolutely obvious for absolutely everybody that f4 is the plan for white, followed by f5. You have to do that. This is a very simple plan, very effective, and Prague managed to get an incredibly active bishop. And bad pawn structure here, isolated pawn on d4. You don't even bother about that pawn. That pawn actually is your ally. This pawn is your ally here. He won't be an ally, potentially, if you push f5, let's just say. And if this happens and this happens, it's something you'll have to think about. But then you always have c3. Probably rook e and c3. So probably manageable. But f5 is a bit of a idea. d5, maybe. Maybe. Maybe d5. No, not d5. Because I'm going to play this. And then I'm going to play this. Nope. Not d5. I don't think d5. I might be wrong. I might be wrong. I'm just feeling that it's not the stuff I want to. Queen c7. c7. f5. All the way f5. Have to do f5. Right? Or do you do something else? Do you do rook f3, rook g3, and then this crazy stuff? Oh, hell, you can push the h4 as well. Why not? You know something? I want to play h4 and h5. I want to go both ways. I want to go f, I want to go h. I'm going to keep this one as it is. I'm going to go h. If there is any d5, I'm going to play e5. So I reckon Prague can really contemplate h3 to h4 ideas. What do you think, guys? Do you like h4 idea for white now, for Prague? Let me know what do you think. Let me know your thoughts, guys. If you think h4, h5 is playable, or is it too slow, you reckon, guys? Okay, rook ae1, sure, of course. I mean, I got nothing against. But let me go back and ask the engine if h4, h5 is an idea. No, rook ae1 or queen f3. Oh. Hold on a second. Wait. I'm gonna play h4 anyway, and let's see how badly the computer punishes me for this move, right? How bad that is. I want to know how bad h4 can be. I really want to know, and I just played it now. The engine didn't say h4. I said h4. Hey, doesn't seem anything very, very, very bad here. Look at the eval bar. It's okay. Even if h5 gonna happen, then I'm gonna go f5. So there's nothing wrong. I didn't tell you a bad move, folks. h4 is not a bad idea. Actually, it forces black to sort of play h5, thus weakening the g6, especially after f5. Thanks, Leno. Yes. Of course. Rook ae1. Again, it's never a bad idea to get the rooks on a semi-open files, or especially behind the pawns you are planning to advance. It's not a bad idea. But this one was something. This one was something. Rook a e8. I mean, H4. He's got to play H4. This one is good-ish, but it's not that strong. H4, H5, and then F5. The idea with Queen F3 is very painful. Is a very painful one. It's like I can't do that as a human. I can't get the queen from the G4 align with the black king in order to play Queen F3. I absolutely cannot play that. Not me, not here, not now. So H4, H5 seems to be very much playable. Hi there, guys. Thanks for stopping by for this stream now. So tell me, what do you think about H4 being played now? Then we're going to ask the end. I think I like it. Let's ask the engine again what they prefer. G3. G3, Queen F3. I can't play Queen F3. F5 is good. Oh, let's go back. I still want to play H4. How bad is it? How bad is it? I'm looking at the potential of H4 being played here rather than Queen F3. Probably there is ways to defend against, starting with D5. David said D5 a couple of times for black. Queen F3 feels... I know why. I know why. Queen F3 wants to make a battery with the rook on F1. So providing you're going to still pushing F5, providing black takes, you take and having a battery, but probably black's not going to take your pawn on F5. They're going to be doing probably D5, which black plays E5. I don't think he played twice in a row. I think there was just something not updated. Oh. Yeah, that's a good question, Dave. Actually, that's a good question. I agree. That is a good question. Why the heck did he had twice white in a row? Maybe that's the form. I mean, maybe they just toss for the colors. As soon as they go to the next 2-game match, they toss for colors or something. Or as some other friends said, they play rock, paper, scissors or something, deciding the color. It was our friend from Wales. He suggested rock, paper, scissors, just clarify things. So yeah, and yeah. D5 is good in terms of, even if it elicits E5, it shuts off this bishop. So, or I think step, going back to your thought, D5, I think it's good in terms of blocking this bishop. Now, could you do G4 and then F5? Do you want to do F5 now? You want to do what? You want to do Queen F2? You know what's the thing with Queen F? Let me just tell you a crazy thought. Queen F2 might be tempting black to play C5, which makes it D5 unplayable later on. Thus, your bishop is active. Let me just tell you funky stuff. Queen F2, if C5, the bishop will be very happy for the rest of the game. One. Secondly, if black reacts to bishop F6, okay, he didn't play, but he played rook E2. Huh. Well, probably rook F2 and then... Okay, the Alekhine's gone. He's just gonna go very simple, triple battery, open up the F and see what happens. Or at least hope to open up the F. Well, the Alekhine's gone. Queen F2, bishop D8. F2, bishop D8. Queen D4, bishop B6, free queen. Ooh. Why do you think he played it? Well, amongst others, yes, that's true. But wait a second, Queen F2, bishop... Well, after bishop D8, you don't take on D4 step. Hold on a second. I didn't say that. After Queen F2 and you play bishop D8, I'm not going to take the... No. Queen D4 takes with tempo. No. Queen F2, Queen D4 takes with tempo check. So unless you're blocking, you give me the respite to move king first. And after bishop b6, I'm just moving king c3 or something. So I think I still think is a nice one because you take the pawn with tempo, right? With check, that is, if I'm not wrong. Other than that, leave the d4 alone and then just rook f2 and then just f5. Nice and simple. Ah, we're all blind. We're all blind. There's so many ideas you have to constantly collect and act on them rigorously. So it may happen. Okay, what do we do? Well, it's Fabi's turn. What is Fabi doing? I don't know, but Prague is attacking. Well, he's having the white pieces for the second time in a row. Let's just put it this way. You know, he's having like... Of course he's attacking. Especially in this Italian with F pawn being pushed. He's got to find a way to defend. I don't think Fabi is very happy to having blacks twice in a row. Not at this stage now. I don't know. That's weird. What did they do? Whoa, whoa. Rook e2, bishop d8, king h1. I said about this idea with king h1 just prophylactically. That will enable white to actually do pressurize the d4. The d4 pawn totally super safely. But that's more like a safety move. Played by by Prague, king h1. Not a bad one, though. It's not a bad one. f5 can be played at any point. You can't, in all conscience, play f5 with black because that would be weakening too much. It's just too much, too much. d5 in the book, absolutely. Do you push e5? Or do you ignore it and play rook f2? Let them take, then you take. Yeah, but then the other guy comes down. Do you play e5? e5? Then you're going to push this guy anyway. You got to open up the lines. But e5, is e5 the correct one, guys? I'm tempted to say e5. Unless there is some, I don't know, takes and takes. And this guy comes here and it just feels a bit weird. Do you take? Why? No. No. Yes. Ah, because of this. Then you take and then they take. Ah. I will push e5. Okay. Plus 0.14. Let me push e5. How bad is it? How bad of a move that is? What's the punishment for this? What's the pun? Oh, is it f6? It's not clear. Yeah, it is trapped like completely like for a very long time. Yes, that's true. Yeah, looks like trapped for a very long time. So when you're playing e5, you're actually gonna stay like this forever. So probably taking the pawn, rook captures, queen captures, pawn takes, and you just play like this. Do you push f5? Is f5 that bad? You play it f5. How bad is it? Still not good? f5, g takes, this guy takes, rook takes, queen takes, rook plays attacking your queen with tempo. You go here and they hit your queen. Probably that is why. Probably that is why. Takes, takes, rook takes, queen takes, rook attacks, queen f3, rook e3. Bad. Not very good indeed. Let's go back. So this one is bad because of what we saw. This one is bad because the e5 is bad because it traps your bishop. It keeps your bishop black forever. So you gotta think of something else. Can you not react? Can you just do something ignoring it? It took though. Rook takes, you have to take, and pawn will be taking. And then you go queen f3 back again. After all, it's not that bad. I think you can. But your bishop, at least it's free. Well, it might be this first. You realize it might be rook e8, guys. Step, do you actually see that this thing might be happening? Rook e2, queen e2, cd, in practice there, or queen f3 again. Yes, yes, yes. But exactly as I said, after queen e2, rook e8, exactly as we said, dc. Whoa, dc, bc, queen f2. Nice one. Nice one. Ooh, 5 minutes for Fabi, 3 minutes for Prague. What can I say? Still, this one will happen for sure. I don't know when it's going to happen. It's going to happen. And if queen takes, you're going to take... No, you play what? But maybe you want to play first queen g3 and then push the... Just saying. But after queen g3, that's what's going to happen. So you're not going to be pushed. But then you can play this. Oops, then you could play queen to g5. And then maybe you push. And then they'll be playing bishop du8 back. Huh. For white pawn structure is very nice. 2 pawn islands. Very solid. One isolated pawn on a7. This guy is untouchable. The pawn on d4 is just simply untouchable. So you can't touch that pawn. That's interesting. Queen d6. Ah, I know why. Because bishop c7 and then you get just checkmated. Ah, whoa, 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 whoa. That's exactly the plan. Queen d6, bishop c7, and you have to be very, very, very careful. Now, actually, even if you push this guy, bishop c7 can still happen. You just get checkmated. Then you have to play g4 and you have to worry all the time. What a find. g3, this is just madness. This is too strong. You can't push the f pawn because of the battery bishop c7 and queen d6. You cannot push the f pawn. I think actually Fabi should play bishop c7 anyway. Oh, what a move by Fabi. Whoa. What a move. What a move. You gotta play so accurately. So this is a 10-10, people. Next one would be 10-10, and then we're gonna have 5-3. And then someone's gonna drop something at some point. Someone's gonna lose something. But boy, this is such a nice find. And I was hoping for the f5 to happen. But in the light of the last Fabi maneuvering, it's just impossible now. Wow. You have to try and demote a little bit things here. This is just too strong. This is intolerable. It's too strong. What is Fabi gonna play? I don't know. He's gonna play Queen e7 now. Queen e7, rook takes, pawn takes, and then this. Oh, what a nice idea. So Queen e7. And if rook takes, you're going to take with the pawn. Queen must move. Don't know where yet. Somewhere. And then bishop b6. Oh, that's such a nice idea. It's in the light of what I said. Yeah, bishop b6. This is such a nice idea. You can't touch the rook. You cannot touch the rook. It's just unbelievable. The engine says it's a draw, but it's so painful to having a pawn in your back with. And practically that rook on e3 is so well placed that it just paralyzes everything. The rook on e3, the black rook on e3, paralyzed everything. It doesn't allow you to do nothing. Your bishop here, very nice bishop, but how do you take advantage of? If you push f5, this one's gonna drop. This is, my God. You can't do f5 step. You can't do f5. This is, oh my God. I mean, this is too much. This is just unbelievable. Fabi managed to coordinate the bishop so well, the rook, the black rook on e3 so well, and the queen and the whole pressure along this diagonal that it's, I don't know what to say. I don't know how to open the f file. For white, that is, to take advantage of the f7. How can you do that? How can you push f? It's too much. Oh, yes, step. Yeah, absolutely a draw. If you are Stockfish 15, it's a draw. I'm pretty sure. King G2. What else? You got to defend this massive weakness. Do you know what that means, King G2? It means F5 is possible. That's what it means. King G2 enables white to push F5. You got no problem about double attack here because you have double defense. So, you know, if this thing happens with F5, then you may start dreaming of an attack. Let me just highlight with a couple of arrows for all our friends. That's possible. That's a possible thing. That's cool. I think that's cool. I think it is indeed. King G2. What a quiet move. What a quiet move. What an efficient move. How many of us would have actually panicked and just trade the rook? The total disaster. How many of us would have panicked? Queen f6. So you can't go f5. That's what it is. Queen f6 stops white from pushing f5. Simply, you're going to lose a pawn here. Unbelievable. Bishop c4. Why? Because what the heck else? This and this? Don't tell me this. It can't be. Oh no, it's this and this for Christ's sake. I've got it now. Bishop c4 enables b2 and enables b4 and a5, thus sending the bishop away. And then maybe you win a pawn here. I hope that's clear now a little bit. Well, it is for me. Oh yeah. Yes, step, absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. A5. Because if you don't, you're going to lose an incredibly strong bishop here. So you got to keep the bishop on b6. Absolutely. And we're back to square one. You need another plan. Problem for Prague, 30 seconds. That's the problem. What is this painful move? Queen f1. Oh, I might have an idea. What? Rook e2, queen 1? Why? For this? For this? Oh! Okay, look at this one, guys. This, potentially, this, if this. But, Bobby just played this for this. Potentially. Again, it's what did just happen? Queen f1, bishop c5, rook takes e, takes c3. That's a nice little one. That's a nice sweet find here. Mm-hmm. Okay. Probably we're gonna see this. And then you have to play this. Or you have to play this. stopping the connection and stuff. Probably this one, what's going to happen? D4 is going to happen. And now Prague's looking very good. It is, not just now, Step. Not now. You want to play D4 first. Okay, Queen F3, that's not bad either. But D4 is going to happen. And now Prague looks increasingly better at this position. Increasingly better. I'm not sure about the last B. He played it prophylactically, he played it. But now, after D4, the connection will be stopped. So probably Queen E7 or something. Maybe Queen E7. But Queen E7 drops to C6. How does Prague find them? How he finds them? Boy, how he finds them. He is strong already. He is very strong already. Queen E7. I said it, but C6. But, oh boy. D4 first, and you've got no issue whatsoever. Yes, yes. D4 can't push because the bishop and the queen. And C5, indeed. But Prague is Prague. King F1, King E2, no problem. He holds it all. C6 is hanging. But first, you got to play something like D4. Or at least, no. You got to play King E2 first. King E2. And then you see what you want to do. Probably King E2, right? 18 seconds, 17 for what? Those guys, though. Come on. Yes, King E2 happened. Queen B7, going for this. B3. Okay, they played it very quickly. But it makes a lot of sense. And we did say King E2. Queen B7, attack B2, moving forward, B3, defended. Now, White is, again, huge initiative, huge attacking power. Bishop on A7 hits a pawn. The bishop on C4 is so solid that you can't touch it. You can't touch it. Now you play D4. They play C5. They did. Now you just take on E3. You just take on E3, right? It don't matter. You just take on E3. Looks like you're going to take this one. Looks like you're going to go tomorrow. What the heck is that? Was he supposed to take on E3? Just asking. Well, you can take it now. You can take it later. Because the bishop can't do nothing. Now you're going to take the pawn. Oh boy, Prague's going to win this one. Yes, he's going to win. We all know the seasoned players, the experienced guys here. You already know that if you had this, you would win it. It's too much power for White here, unless you make a blunder or something. But probably it's not going to happen today. Looks like Prague is going to face Magnus tomorrow, man. Yes. Not over yet, but it's huge advantage for White. I don't even know where to start. It's huge advantage. Such a nice one. Such a nice one. Oh, he's going to go for this. Queens come off. This guy does here. I don't know. You just... Okay, he tries to desperately. Why don't you just play this? Okay, bishop c6. Okay. Oh, that's such a nice one. Wow, 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 wow. What do you play here? C4, queen. What do you play? What do you play? Bishop c6, bishop c7. King d3 coming closer. Queen f6. You can't push the pawn because you're going to get this kind of ideas. So you can't push c4. Just to make it clear, if this were to happen, you're going to have a little bit of headaches here with checks and things because black is desperate at this stage. Black is simply desperate now. What a courage. King c4. What a courageous move. This Prague guy is really strong. The heck he finds them all. He is good. Bishop d6. Black is just waiting. Wow. It's so nice, so instructive to see how you're going to play. Cool. King defense here, so you don't have any problem with this. You just try to, constrict more and more and more and more. Of course, king b5. King, an attacking piece. Who would have thought of that? King as an attacking piece, eh? Okay, nice little one but probably, nah. Well, not over yet. Not quite over yet. Not quite over yet. Take here. F takes G5. Check. Gotta be careful, dudes. Check. Takes. Not quite over yet. There's still a little bit of disturbances here. Queen H3. Still a bit of disturbances here. This guy's gonna fall again. 4-6. The problem is the time, people. The problem is the time. King B5. Absolutely. Makes a lot of sense. King B5. This pawn's gonna fall. But if this pawn's gonna fall, this guy's gonna fall. Did you see? Bang, boom, bishop takes, king takes, and then goes. And this guy falls. So that's the reason he didn't take on G3 actually. He goes for this guy. Can you play this? Or do you take on A5? What is Prague gonna do? What do you do? He played King A5. Oopsie daisy. He played King A5, Queen G5, King B5. Let me just highlight. Look at this. Oh boy, looks like Prague is winning this one hands down. He's winning this game blindly, I think, if he wants to. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. What a match. What a position. What a crazy Italian game. Gioco piano. Jesus. What does he want to do? Ah, what? He wants to do this kind of idea? This kind of idea? Maybe this, and this. Something like that. But, yeah. A5. Yeah, we said that. This, just take this guy. A6. Unstoppable, guys. Unstoppable. Looks like Prague gonna take this one. 99.99. You can never say 100% because it's not finished until it's actually finished. And it says lost and win and things. So, but 99.99, Prague pulls a victory today. And goes facing Magnus tomorrow. Prague is already incredibly strong. He absolutely is. He absolutely is. Bobby goes long time. This guy, oh man, it's just one move and that's it. It's desperation. It's absolute desperation. You go for checks. How do you force? Queen G4 check, King H6, of course. Do you? Ah, you just play Queen D7. That's it. Queen D7. Queen D7. How do you respond to this? It might be a check here though, but don't matter. Oh, he goes for the bishop. Probably Queen D7 would have been also playable. Now you could do Queen D7 or Queen B7. What do you do? Yeah, absolutely. Queen B7 is very good. Queen D7 is very good. I would keep Queen D7. You know why? Because, yeah, I would keep Queen D7. I want the queen here. Check, but it don't matter. What is going to play? What is going to play? This, it's an act of desperation. This, if this kind of ideas. But this one's going to happen anyway. And we're going to go here. So you can't really push it now, I guess. You can't really. Yeah, it is hopeless, but they plays because it's blitz. So guys, when it's blitz and you play for Fide World Cup, you want to make sure you just play until the very last moment. Right, yeah, okay. So what do you do now? It's not too much to do. Unless you want to create a battery or something. Do you have time to create a battery? That's it, Queen's coming. You can't stop this one. Oh, for Christ's sake. What is it doing? Well, I know this is coming, and it's desperate. I mean, this is desperation. Absolutely crazy. It's insane. Now this one, yeah, that okay. Queen. So now Prague is having two queens, guys. C3 check. Discover check. Discover check on the king. We might see another check. But and this one becomes available. This one is available anyway. Absolutely crazy. Oh boy. What is Fabi doing? Can he push? Probably he can. Don't tell me we're gonna see two white queens, two black queens on the board, eh? Check. Yeah, he goes on the white squares. What do you do now? Do you push this guy and then get the queen yourself? Oh my god. Oh my god. Two white queens, two black queens, huh? I don't think so, because it's just too much power. That's it. He's toast. He is toast now. Now it's toast. He just resigns. It's toast now. This is it, man. Because G4 is just accessible. It's just too much. It's just too much. It's too much. It's too much. You can't. You can't do it. It's checkmate in a move. Namely G4 square. He just lost. What a match. What a crazy match. And Magnus tomorrow going to be facing Prague. Or Prague going to be facing Magnus. Wow. 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 Crazy Italian gioco piano game. Bloody hell. Guys, can someone have a look here? And do you actually need 2 points difference? What the heck's going on? Do you need 2 points difference in the tie breaks? Did you see that, guys? Okay, let me do it again. Let me load the results page again. So I'm looking at the results, and I know Prague had just won. I know Prague had just won, but he is not qualified. He is not in the green bracket. He is not being paired up with the. He is not the winner just yet, because you need 2 points difference if you go into the tie breaks. I mean, look at the page here. So that means they're going to play 5-3 now. Can you imagine how wild that's going to get? Maybe it's not updated. Maybe it's not updated. But no, it says 3-2. I mean, it acknowledges Prague had just won. So it does tell you 3-2. But it's not with the green. Hold on a second. Let me go to games again and see. No, dude, they're going to be playing. Folks, he's not qualified. He needs one more victory. I think you need 2 points difference, right? So he needs one more victory. This is not over. We're going to see a couple of blitzes. We're going to see 5-3 now. It is not over. It's not over. Tie breaks. It's just crazy. It's going to get crazier and crazier now. We won't be having time to actually analyze in depth whatever they do, like for the rapids and stuff. It's going to be way faster. We're just going to have to enjoy as it happens. That is cool stuff. More coffee. Okay. Guys, if you're staying, I'm staying. If you're staying, I'm staying. Yeah. They're going to play 5-3 now. Go figure. 5-3. You need one more point. So Prague needs to win now with black. You want to bet that Fabi is going to give it all. Blimey, Fabi's going to play King's Gambit now, guys. Get ready for Fabi's King's Gambit. What crazy line can you play? Danish Gambit, King's Gambit. What can you play? Grob opening. What can you play? Polish or B4, G4. What crazy stuff can you play? E4, King's Gambit. One or maybe more, Clint. One or maybe more. If Fabi wins, that'd be 3-3. So you could say nothing happened from the morning. Nothing has happened. If Fabi wins, nothing happened. We are back at the square one. Because you need 2 point difference, apparently. 1 point is not enough because it's 3-2. And the game continues. Therefore, I conclude you need 2 point difference in order to qualify in the tie breaks. So if Fabi wins, we're going to see more. If Fabi loses, that's it. This is it. That was it. But I wouldn't rush it yet. It's still something to happen. And I'm pretty sure Fabi doesn't want to miss this one. So he's going to fight as hell. Finally, he's getting the whites now in a 5-3. That's going to be intense. That's for sure going to be intense. I don't know what they're going to play, but that's going to be intense for sure. Okay. It could be. It could be English. It could be porno. King's opening again. I don't know. King's porno opening. Is he going to play in Italian? He could. I don't know what's he going to play. I really don't know. No problem, Clint. No problem, brother. I'll see you tomorrow for the final. Totally. See you tomorrow for the final. Okay. So, guys, gonna go just grab a quick snack. Don't go anywhere. I'll be returning. You can go have a coffee refill yourselves, and I'll be returning for the remaining matches. Okie dokie. So I'll see you guys in a bit. Stay where you are. Okay, we're back now. Alrighty. Have they started? By the looks of it, not just yet. Alright, guys. 5-3 now. We're going to see 5-3. Blitzers. Fabi and Prague. Fabi with white. We don't know what he's going to play. We don't know. But we're going to find out. Okay, so far so good. Of course it's decent. There's nothing wrong with the English opening. It allows you to play also fiancetta with g3 and bishop g2 as well if you want to sort of like Catalan ideas. To c4, then you could do g3, bishop g2. Hell, you could do b3 and bishop b2. You could do all sorts of things. Oh, Bone Cloud. I kind of have a doubt it's going to happen. Nice one. Nice one. Nice one, Step. Yeah, I really have a serious doubt it's going to happen. It works when Hikaru plays me or plays you. So if I ever get to play Hikaru, he's gonna play Bone Cloud against me for sure, and he's still gonna win. Hi there, Dinesh. So it's got to be a 2 points difference. So I don't think it's a limit in terms of number of matches now. But for sure, what we do know, Dinesh, is that we're gonna see only blitzes. So they're gonna finish quickly. Well, I don't know what quickly means. So it's gonna be now 5-3, 2 5-3s, and then 3-2s until someone gets 2 point difference. That's what it is. So I reckon you might be seeing a couple of matches. For instance, now it's 3-2 for Prague. If Fabi wins, it's going to be 3-3. That means they're going to be playing blitzes until someone gets 2 points. So that might last God knows how long. Until someone gets incredibly fatigued. Someone gets super tired and they just don't see things anymore. Unfortunately, something like this happens. You know, it's just one mistake, one misstep, and everything ends. So it should be 2 5-3s and then 3-2. Let me refresh the page. Let me refresh the page. No, they haven't started just yet. It could be knight f3. It could be anything. Okay, look, I haven't looked at Prague's repertoire to see what he plays most often, but I do know. Sorry, it's Fabi's turn. But I do know that they both studied one another for sure. Oh, we started, guys. That's it. We start. Oh, 10. What the heck? Wasn't it like 2 games? Or they play just one? Oh, they play just one. Oh, Blade. Again, Gioco Piano. What? They play so quickly. They play so quickly. This and grab the pawn. Okay, this is a 10 minutes one, and then it's 5-3. No, that's an Italian. That's a Gioco Piano all day. You know why d6, right? Because this one, and you don't want to lose the pawn on e5, I reckon. Okay, guys, we're back in business. Castles, castles, bishop e3. What do you want to play? Knight bd2 castles. We call that one. Bishop g4. What? Knight? What is that? Knight b8. Knight b8. Knight e7. b6. Bishop b7. He wants to surprise Fabi and make him think or something. Oh, that's for sure preparation. Oh, that's for sure preparation. Knight b2. I reckon Prague played knight b8 to get Fabi out of preparation. I think that's something very unorthodox. Let's put it this way. Okay. Queen a2. Whether you get your guy here, you're going to get bishop a3. Potentially bishop a3. It's definitely interesting, Steve. Definitely interesting. So you want to do something with this bishop as well. What do? Bishop g4, h3, this, and just stay like this and see what happens next? Well, knight bd7 ideas. Maybe a5. We'll see. That's not very good because bishop takes and then double pawns here. So that's completely unconceivable. For white, bishop a3. Just get the rooks. I can't see anything at this stage. It's just too at the beginning. Too much at the beginning. Hi there, Ram. I suppose you are rooting very much for Prague, and rightfully so. Of course, he's your core national. Of course, you want him to win. Makes a lot of sense. It's normal. It's absolutely okay. Queen c7. He didn't commit the bishop. He didn't play the knight. 2 minor pieces on the back rank. 2 minor pieces for black on the back rank. Okay, bishop a3 I'm looking at. And then getting the rooks. Maybe rook a c8 because the queen is here. And if black insists, I'm going to get rook a c8. I don't bother about this one. Just leave it as it is. But bishop a3, that might be a good opportunity now. Only Actually, no one knows. No one on the planet can answer. We can actually assume, hope, predict whoever rooting for Prague. If he draws, it's still not enough. He needs then he needs another draw. A5, taking a lot of space on the queen side. Hey, bishop A4. I was thinking that maybe bishop A3 was quite playable previously in the previous circumstance. Now A5 being played. Why? I mean, okay. What do you do? Bishop B2? You do bishop B2 and then rook AC1? Okay, what Prague's gonna do now here? A5 wants to say, I'm not allowing you to do B6, sort of. Okay, bishop E6 now. No, a couple of things happened. A5, bishop E6, rook E1. Yeah, we said about rook E1, knight BD7, normal moves. Normal moves. You got all the pieces on the board. So it's going to get very tough. All the pieces on the board now. Not even a pawn had been traded. Nothing had been traded. I don't know. Bishop A3, maybe. Bishop B2, maybe. Bishop B2, bishop A3. I mean, in terms, if you think about developing your pieces, bishop B2, I mean, what else? Rook A, AC8, rook F, D8. These are the stuff. What else you want to do? You can't take here because it's going to be this. So you can't move. So D5 currently for black has to stay where it is. Probably there will be some rook moves in the next moves. The next 2-3 moves, we're going to see some rooks. Exactly. Exactly. Rook F to E8. Yeah, that's a huge achievement. Huge achievement for Prague indeed. It's a huge achievement. It's fabulous. Yeah, I bet everyone is very proud of this young lad. Everyone in the back in his home country, India, I think everyone is very proud of this young super grandmaster. Rook F E8. You're gonna see a rook move now by Fabi. Probably this, probably that. Rook AC, Rook AD. Probably Rook AC because you want to put the rook on the C file, perhaps. Perhaps. Maybe. 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 Fabi thinks 9 minutes 20 seconds, 9 minutes 40. There's some time. H3. Just to stop any knight, any bishop. H3, also with the possibility of G4 if necessary. Maybe. More like a prophylactic one. So you're just taking G4 from any future possible incursions with either knight or bishop on G4. So H3 is just to stop any G4 idea. Bishop F8. Hello, Pranav. Bishop F8. Clearing the way for the rook. Extra, super solid, defending everything. It's very solid. I don't know how you can break anything here. Again, that looks incredibly solid. Very superb chess delivered. Very superb chess delivered by Fabian Prague today. Knight to F1. Probably knight G3 ideas. Or knight E3 ideas. I think you can go either way. If you go on G3, you're probably concerned about stopping this guy. Now you can do also this and this. So probably you could do knight G3 to still maintain the rook attacking on the E file. So probably knight G3. You could do all sorts of good stuff. Knight G3, this one, this one. As long as the bishop retreated here, you could actually play this. You could actually play. It's very solid. Everything is very solid here for white and black. A bit of advantage for black, though. But you need to work out some ways to break through to generate some threats here. This is dangerous. This is dangerous. Thinking maybe potentially rook 8 to d8, some queen to c8. I don't know where you want to get that guy, but that's also a dangerous idea. Just to keep in mind, prospective way to attacking. This one looks exploitable for Fabi. Maybe. Very difficult to estimate now because things can, yeah. A6 exactly to stop A6. So A6 by black to stop, but apparently he lost the leverage somehow. A6 a bit of a unnecessary prophylactic take now instead of just developing things or increasing the attack or improving the attacking chances. So A6 more like to stop white from pushing than doing anything else. Black knight can't move. Rook a d1, we called it ages ago. That's a very normal thing. Rook a to d1. We said that one ages ago. Also, rook a c1, I don't think is fundamentally wrong either. I don't think it's that bad either. Yeah, you gotta move something and you mustn't blunder, Pranav. So you just gotta do your stuff, try not to blunder, get your guys active. You can't, yeah, just probably get this guy in the, I don't know, knight e3. You gotta get your guys active. The problem is this, though. Is it? Then you have to play this kind of stuff. This is painful. Maybe this kind of stuff. So let him push. Knight e3, c4, bishop a4. That's good. Actually, you're blocking your own bishop now. Then you're going to get the bishop here. So the ideas are knight e3, c4, bishop a4. I think I'm absolutely happy. I think I'm happy. With white, that is, if that were to happen. Hell, even if they take, I'm going to take, then I'm going to chase the queen. Yes, step, knight e3 is absolutely great. I don't see no problem with that one. I don't see no problem with that one. Bishop takes, queen takes, yes. Knight e, oopsie daisy. Knight e3, bishop takes. Knight e3, bishop takes, queen takes, c4. What do you do? Queen c2? I don't know. Queen c2, queen a4. Not clear. Not very clear. Or maybe you take first. It's not clear. You need a bunch of time. You need to got some good minutes here. b4 is another. b5, you mean? It's an interesting thought. b5. I need time to assess that one. I would need a couple of good minutes here. Interesting thought. I don't think it's good. Takes and loses pawn. It's a disaster, actually. So b5 not going to be working for white here. Unless you want to take first. Then you push. Then they just take. Don't see the benefit of doing that. He did take the bishop. Okay. So rook takes. Okay. 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 Can you do knight e3? Of course you can. This one is no longer available. So knight e3 makes sense now. Knight e3. Some bishop nice here. Probably you can. But also the bishop looks and the knight at e5. So potentially you might be able to. That is after knight e3. You have to play knight e3. Knight e3, maybe knight d5. Knight takes. Queen takes or pawn? Interesting. Interesting, interesting. Very, very interesting. This one is sort of hanging, though. Knight e3. Queen b3 to protect b4. Pawn takes, pawn takes. Then you got this. Minus 0.73. Wow. I don't even know who's attacking. I don't know who's attacking here, white or black. Now black is posing problems. e6. That's a problem. Because he's going to win 2 pawns here on a5. And if you take, you sort of get yourself in a pin. Black poses problems. Fabi has to respond. Can we ignore that one? If you take, you're going to be exposing to some rooks, potentially. Not mentioning this. Disaster. You can't take on c5. You can't take on c5. It's going to go down very quickly. It's just too strong. You can't take c5. You can't really take on b6, I guess. This is... Boy, oh boy, Prague is taking so seriously. He's playing so well. He's playing so well. So committed, so well. The guy is really strong. I mean, Fabi is having incredibly difficult time. Guys, make no mistake. I mean, this is the semifinals. You wouldn't expect to see very bad games, right? I mean, you can't expect in the semifinals of Fide World Cup to see anything less than this. So to be expected to see incredibly tough games. Painfully for White, they had to move the rook from the D file where it was doing an incredibly good job back to A file where they were only for sort of defensive purposes. And look at the eval bar. You gave up on the freaking D file just to deal with the B6. I mean, Prague came with the move seemingly innocuous, and look at the mess he generated. Bloody hell, the white bishop is... I don't want to look at that bishop. I'm starting to cry if I look at that bishop. Nah, the bishop on f8 is absolutely legend. It's a huge difference. The bishop on f8 is a legend. It's a hell of a bishop. Nah, it's incomparable. Because this is intention, Pranav. The c5 not going to stay there for long. b6 and c5 going to disappear. Yes, David, if Fabi drops this one, it's going to be 2 points for Prague. So he should be qualified for facing Magnus tomorrow. Not just it doesn't do nothing, but now we got this issue here. It's a problem. It's a problem. I don't know, but Black is doing better now. And what a painful move. Queen a2 in order to release the rook and maybe generate some counterattack. Queen a2 to defend a5, to defend bishop on b2, and to potentially try some ideas. B or C, depends what the position requires to. What a move. Again, what do you do? Rook c? It's an attacking one, maybe not the strongest, because the engine says from minus 1.37 to minus 0.82. So probably not the strongest move. Do you know why? Because it allows White to gain a bit of initiative with rook e to c1. So you've obtained a bit of an attack, not mentioning this guy is under constant pressure. And Fabi needs to probably rook e to c and then just play something with the... What is that, for Christ's sake? What's this rook e2? Okay, he wants to keep the e pawn on the defense. Now Prague is just going 3 attackers on that a5. Painful. Maybe he should have played rook e to c and then some knight d2. Maybe that was. Hit the queen, then knight f1 to d. Just get your guys a bit in the game, because knight on f1 is a pain to watch. I can't look at that knight on f1. I just can't look at this knight. And now Fabi's got a serious issues on his hand. a5 is going to fall. And you have no counterattack. You can't even attack the queen. You can't attack the queen. Not with the rook on e2. Rook ac1. Jesus. Queen a5. Queen a5. It's getting too late for Prague now. Fabi played rook e2 step in order to protect e4, but you gotta forget about the protection. Just go hit the queen and get your guy on d2 afterwards. Not knight g3. I think knight g3. Yeah, you're right, because knight f5. Because knight f5. Maybe you can generate some complications. Maybe you can generate some complications. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. This gun's gonna fall, right? He can play many things. What about this? What about knight c5? Hitting the queen, hitting the e4. Okay. Probably he can play later. Prague is attacking. Fabi is defending now. Knight c5, it just crumbles everything for white. Yes, Pranav. Yes, Pranav. But that hits the queen with tempo. So you might be able to take, but your queen is on pre. Your queen is on pre. Yeah. Yes, Pranav. Queen b7 for just making sure after knight takes you don't hit the queen. Yes, that's a subtlety. Spot on. And after knight c5, yeah, knight g3 after like a billion years. But you know what's going to happen? It's going to happen this. Oh, he took on a5. Okay. What do you play? Queen b3? Queen d1. Okay, queen d1. Fine. That's a passer, ladies and gents. A6 pawn is the passer. And Pranav drops the bishop. And now we're going to see this. We're going to see rook a2 very soon, if Fabi doesn't do something. Fabi's going to do this, but what can you do? With a knight on f5, I don't even know why you're attacking. The plan for Prague is incredibly obvious, very simple, and a little bit unstoppable. He won a free passer, the passer on a6, and that's going to be the reason why Fabi probably loses the second match. Thus loses the semifinal. This is just pretty much nothing. I mean, it's okay to move the queen away from the back rank, but you got too many problems now. He's getting in desperation again. Queen to a1, trying to put some pressure on this guy. 3 attackers, knight, bishop, and queen. Whereas Prague defends it only twice. He tries. He tries. I would try. So he tries to do something here. What is Prague gonna play? No. You gonna go for this? Or it's just ridiculous? Or you're gonna play this? I know it looks awful. It does look awful, doesn't it? Can you do this and then this? Not sure. I'm not sure. No, but it's attacked 3 times, isn't it? Pranav. Haven't we got he can. He can. But no, you don't want to let white actually starting to expand. Knight c5. I mentioned that. Knight c5, he goes for counterattack. Knight c5, he gives the pawn, but he's gonna take here. He's gonna take on e4. Yes, I did mention knight c5. If Prague played it, that must be the real deal if Prague plays it. Sometimes I play like Prague, sometimes I don't. Many times I don't. Knight c5. Yeah, it's a counter-attacking move. It hits 3 times. Yes, you are correct, chess chimp. Yeah, knight c5. Going here 3 times. So you take on c5. It took with the bishop. For bad pawn structure. Clever one from Fabi. Not lethal or anything, don't get me wrong, but bishop e5 poses the problem like bishop takes, pawn takes, queen takes. You get a little bit of, disturbances here, not to be neglected though. Prague is playing like legendary type of chess. He proven some fantastic management of the best possible finds. He's really good at this stuff. I guess he's going to do bishop e7. You can't have bishop takes and pawn takes for black. Correct me if I'm wrong. No, forget about the e4. Forget about the e4. The problem is this for Prague, but probably after bishop e7 is done. If you guys, if you don't, okay, let's just put it this way. If you let this to happen, if you play knight here, what if white takes your gun? No, first, it's complicated. It's complicated. Knight E. Bishop takes, knight takes. Nah. Knight E. What if I take with the knight? You take, and then I'm going to play this. I'm attacking this guy twice. Where do you go? This is one of those moments. Black is doing well. The question is, what is black supposed to be playing? Whoa. Knight F to E. Knight F to E. You can't take because there is a bishop here doing an incredibly good job. We're looking at this. Oh, whoa, whoa. Okie dokie, guys. I think I can... Yeah. Chess chimp, yeah. Knight F takes E5. And Pranav said it as well. And chess chimp. And you guys nailed it, man. Knight E6. And I really don't know what white can speculate at this stage. What can you possibly... Knight E6 stops any queen. Can you play this? I mean, it's getting so ugly now that who cares? Okay, queen for this. And possible, in principle, some ideas. But what else? But boy, oh boy, the way Prague plays today, gonna give an incredibly hard time tomorrow to Magnus. Knight G5. What the heck just happened? Knight G5 wasn't the best move ever. Because the engine now says, hold on a second. The engine now says, hold on a second. And he lost it now. He had advantage, he lost it. He had advantage, he lost it. Now again, it's Prague doing way better. It's the time scrambles again, guys. Rook E5. Knight C3. Maybe Rook E5. Maybe. Yeah, we'll do, but let me see what they do because I'm really glued. I want to see what the heck's going on, and we will be coming back. I don't want to miss the next move. Knight 3, D4. Hide a sphere. What? What? Look, what the heck did just happen? Knight BG. Knight takes G. Knight takes G, and he lost the leverage. Prague lost the leverage. He lost the leverage. It's getting funky for Prague again. It's getting funky because we're looking at this kind of ideas and this, and you got the problem. If Queen G4 and H5, there is something here. Not mentioning this kind of stuff, and it's really not comfortable. I guess it's because Queen G4 is super strong, and because the bishop on E5 hits the G7, the knight on F5 is a very happy knight, is probably, I assume, soon after Queen G4. Yeah, he needs a draw. Yeah, he needs a draw, and then he needs another draw. Yes, he needs a draw, and then he needs at least a draw, and that would be it. But the problem is we're going to see 5-3. So, guys, exactly as you were expecting, as soon as these super GMs go in time trouble, the quality of the moves decreases at some point, and the likelihood for them to play sloppy moves getting traction again. Queen D5. Fantastic find by Prague. What do you play? Because if you do that, can they do F6? Just asking. Can they? Because then if you play the bishop, you're going to be dropping the knight on F5. What do you play? What do you play? Obviously, we all know. Of course, Queen G4. I said that. Queen G4. I did say that, but it's not a good one. because of f6. Yeah, I said that. Queen g4 ages ago. But there is a problem. And I reckon the beginning of the end would be f6. I think Fabi's tired. And time is not great. f6 and the knight is gone. I think what you can do is just play now h5. But hold a second. It's Prague's turn. It is Prague's turn. Who's going to play f6 probably? Probably. I don't know. You have to, right? Or do you play this craziness? Can that be? Nah, I don't think so. I think it's f6, right? f6, yes, f6. I mean, just simple. Nice, simple, and effective. Yes, exactly right. Now, whatever the heck you want to move the bishop, knight's going to fall next turn. What you can do, though, is h4. But no, it's completely gone. After the pawn on the a file had fallen, Pranav, the things went south very quickly for Fabi. What do you want to play here? You want to play h4 probably. I mean, what else? A very bad position for Fabi now. H4. Pawn is going to take, though. And you're going to take. Still black better. Then you're going to push forwards and you're going to be attacking the knight twice again. So the knight will disappear. And when this white knight disappears from f5, you got nothing. In terms of attacking black, you just got nothing left. f5. f5. It's still in the same idea. You take this guy, I'm going to take this guy. Still in the same idea. I don't know if h4 would have paid off more. I don't know if h4 was better. I'm not sure. But probably he pushed the f in order to have some defense on g2 potentially or something. It's not clear why. There are too many details here. Knight f3. Knight f3. You sure it's not a blunder or something? Are you sure it's not a blunder? Okay, knight f3, pawn takes, and you're going to take this guy. I get it. Yeah, I understand. Yeah, okay, it might be. Maybe. But knight f3 and pawn takes also allows rook g2. Keep this in mind. Pranav, keep this in mind. Knight f3, I understand what you're saying. G takes. It is, but the knight is still here, and the rook will make it here. So he didn't go for knight f3. He went for... What the hell just happened with the eval bar? Queen g4, f6, f4, f takes e, f takes g, and e4. And now there is still counterplay here for white. It's still not very much over. Is it because of this? What's the counter game here? I mean, you don't want to lose the knight, right? I would assume. Unless there is some funky stuff, which I'm obviously not seeing. Do you sack the whole knight here on h6? And you take with tempo and you, I mean, like checking the king and stuff? And then you take here? The rook? What do you do? Or do you play this? No, you can't play this. This is a disaster. What do you play? Okay, it's not quite over. And the problem is they're going low on time. Yeah, they could have. Yeah, I mean, sometimes it's because of the time, chess champ. It's because of the time pressure. We could look at that idea, Pranav. But computer wanted knight f7. If the computer said knight f7, probably that was the best. Oh, no. Oh, no. I mean, okay, I see the virtue of it. If there is bishop, there might be some checks here. There might be some counter game. If you play the bishop, you suddenly, you know, it's not quite over. Not quite over, guys. I wouldn't be saying anything at this stage. It's just minus 0.2. It's like he lost all the freaking advantage all of a sudden. Oh no, queen takes, and this guy. What the heck, man? He could have taken the queen and then take this pawn. Oh. No, okay, guys, they do a lot of sloppy moves, okay? They do a lot of sloppy moves. Probably previously, look at this. Queen takes. Queen takes. They take whatever they take with. Is it that bad? Wait, whoa, whoa, whoa. What's wrong here? Oh, God. H takes G, rook e4. Okay, I gotta go back because I don't want to miss what they play. Okay, it's just they play stuff which is not always the most accurate now because they go below 20 seconds or something. Hold on a second. Let me just cover the stuff. It's the one of the biggest chess chimps. Emotions is one of the biggest factors. It's not one of the factors. Now we're looking at this kind of crazy ideas. Oh, what do you do? This, but then takes, and the knight drops. Yep, he going for the pawn now. Queen's going to take? No, queen's not going to take. Oh, sorry, guys. Double attack on the knight. What do you do? Again, I mean, look at the eval bar. Something happens. No, it's not easy. It's not easy at all. Nothing's easy. Probably you could do this and that, but if you do this, bishop's going to take. It's not easy at all, not in the slightest. There's nothing to do with easy. Probably you have to save the knight somehow. And you keep this guy for this, and queen's going to go for the a6, minus 0.50. This is the problem with the fast time control game. This is the problem with the fast time control. This is... Okay, guys, minus 0.08. He lost all the advantage because queen takes a6 right now. Because queen takes a6 right now. He lost all the advantage. He lost all the advantage. He lost the advantage. They're playing in a matter of seconds. They do a lot of bad moves. Queen g6, I don't just as a quick thought. It could be anything. Okay. He wants to play safe now. Safe, I mean like, okay, connecting stuff. It looks very good for... It's, okay, they reached the point where draw is very much playable. He is fine with the draw. He is fine with the draw because he needs just one more draw. But he could have won. Something happened along the way. There's just so many points. If you go back 10 moves from this moment, if you go back 10 moves, you're going to find probably 5 moves that weren't the best at all. At least inaccuracies, if not more than this. They might have played even blunders. We can put a review game and just have an idea how super GMs play with low time control. And then you're going to see the accuracy. Then you might be seeing 80%, 75%, 80% from a super GM when they go in time issue. This guy is strong now. If you look at the position, the knight on f5 is very strong. You can't touch this knight. The bishop is good-ish, but I like the knight a bit more. Knight on f5 is better. It's just... Look at the knight. And you can't even touch the knight. And if you touch the knight, you have to play crazy stuff like g6. I was just about to say g6. And I just said. Anyway, yes, you could. Yeah, knight e3, right? And if this, we're going to play this. Knight is free, so to speak. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Well, if Prague wins, Pranav, will be 1.5 points difference, right? But don't you need 2? I thought you need 2 or something, or I don't have the right info. Well, if that's true what you're saying, Pranav, then Fabi's gonna play until the last second. You need to come up with something else, but what? Just move the rook out of the way and then probably play this. It's very much defend. Yeah, okay. Yeah, exactly. Rook c8, bishop's gonna play, and then you go on the white square attacking the rook with tempo. Maybe you got something. Maybe. Yeah. Now no, you can't because it's still Pragstan. I'm playing this. Exactly. Therefore, the knight can't play. Nice one. Hitting the bishop now. Bishop's gonna go here. Just get the bishop out of the way for the time being. Maintaining this, thus the king can't move on g3 because you got a discovered check. So, oh, he wants to simplify. You take my guy, I'm going to take yours. I see. They move very fast now. They move very fast. They move really fast now. Rook f4. Okay, king e2. F4 check, king e2. What's going on here? Oh, it's Pragstan. I thought it's whites. Jesus. It's Pragstan. Okay. You can't move the knight because you're dropping this guy. What does he play? This? This? You can't move the king because there is a rook on the F column, so the king is completely inoperable. It's Fabi's turn. Yeah, rook e4, I guess, but then it's going to happen this. Then you're going to go back, then I'm going to go back. Or I'm going to go here, you're going to do this, I'm going to go back. You can't make the pressure because I'm going to move the king when you do it. But it's a fort, chess chimp, it's a fort. H5. Takes. H5 takes. Okay. You can't do this because it's this and you're dropping the rook. So rook h4 would be punished straight away with knight f5. And you're going to lose the game all of a sudden. So Prague's not going to fall for that. Of course he won't. You could do rook to c8 and then looking at this. Okay. Probably. I mean, there are some ideas. You could potentially play a couple of things. You could play a couple of things here. No, you don't want to. Yeah. Okay. Triple attack on this guy. Bishop has to move. Probably here. Exactly. You could play. Yeah. Check. This. And if this, you're going to go. Yeah. Exactly. And if this, you're going to go here. Well, you got to move the knight. Where do you move the knight? b6. And then here, hoping for some forks. Something like that. Knight b6. I mean, where else do you want to go? There is a problem. No, there's not a problem. Because if you play this, we're having this. So it's not that much of a problem. Knight b6 for this. I mean, you keep it nice and simple. Nice and simple. As long as you don't blunder something, game continues. Perhaps if rook moves down the board, you might be even playing this and this. Something like. It's a draw. Guys, so if Prague draws this one, he qualifies for tomorrow? Or he needs actually 2 points to qualify? Incredibly difficult to squeeze anything out of this game. Prague is having a sort of like monolith structure with bishop and pawn. You can't break this thing. Unless you get a knight on f3, something. But how do you get the knight on f3? How? When? 1, 2. Oh my god, it's taking you what? I mean, yeah, the knight on f3 might be a good idea. How do you get the knight on f3 though? To attack this guy. Knight b6, it's been there already. Knight b6, been there already. Rook back. Okay. King can't make any incursions because the rook stops it all. What do you want to play? Check some things? Maybe checks. Knights, what? Okay, they changed it. Okay. Maybe this, maybe that. That's another idea. That's another idea. Knight c4 for knight d6. Maybe. Probably they'll make it a draw. The question is, yeah, there's no way to make progress there. Unless, again, someone is so shattered and so much fatigue that they would just make a massive blunder. Yeah, there's no way to push anything anywhere. You can't. You're going to leave the white rook here. You're going to stop the black king forever. The black rook is going to be staying here somewhere. Well, not here. You may want to, sitting, stopping the king. And I don't know. You can't really force too many things. Neither white nor black. The question is, if Prague draws this one, is he qualified or he actually needs 2 full points for tomorrow? That's the question. And that's the question. We're going to find out. As soon as they draw now, I'm going to go back to the results. And if it's in the green bracket, then it means that he qualified. We're going to find out in a sec. We're going to find out very soon, ladies and gents. Very soon. Check. Well, at least you can give a check. Now what you're going to do, you're going to go back. Okay, you're going to go on a7. We just mess around a little bit. We just mess around a little bit. I can't see anything here. This, okay. He decided to play slightly differently. You go like this? No, you can't. Because this guy's going to drop. You cannot. And because the bishop is here, you can't do this anymore. Can you do this? Check. Okay. You're going to play this. So if he goes here, he's going to drop the rook all of a sudden. That's why he had to play the king on f7. Oh. Oh. Yeah, you can't make any progress, guys. You are right. There's no way to push for anything unless Prague made a mistake and he played on f8 and then fork. But Prague is not that tired yet, so he can't make that mistake. King f7. You could... Can you play this? Well, it's Prague's turn. Sorry. Apologies. Black's turn, so... Draw. Draw, ladies and gents. Draw. It was a draw some 10 moves ago already. No, man. He doesn't need a draw. He needs a draw now, Pranav. He needs a draw now for 2 points difference, guys. Look at this. He needs one draw, at least one draw, Prague now, and he's qualified. Not mentioning that if Fabi in the next 5-3, Fabi wins, nothing matters. We are back to square one. We're back to square one. It's not over yet. Prague now needs a draw. Now he needs a draw. Good stuff for Prague is that he's going to have whites. Prague's going to play with the white pieces now. That matters. Matters. It does matter. He might even win, hell. But I think he's very happy to go with the draw. He might be playing some queen's pawn or something move. He's not going to play e4. He's going to go for some d4 stuff. No, he's going to go for a London system. He played it today. You're going to play for London system. Just go nice, controllable, everything closed. Draw. Refresh the page. Okay. Let's see. No, that's it. That's it. Done. Done. Ladies and gents, Prague has qualified for tomorrow versus Magnus. Fabulous, fabulous clash. Prague played at a absolutely legends caliber. He just did incredible chess today. He's already incredibly strong. So Magnus gonna have a nightmare of a game tomorrow, and we're gonna be seeing something of a legend. Guys, I can hardly wait to meet you again tomorrow for Magnus and Prague. What a game. What games. What a game. What a game. Fabulous, guys. Absolutely amazing stuff. So, people, I do thank you for today. We'll be seeing you again tomorrow. I reckon when this absolutely Magnus and Prague tomorrow. We can't miss it. We absolutely cannot miss it, guys. So thanks for being here, ladies and gents. I'll definitely see you tomorrow for the big final Fide World Cup. Enjoy the remainder of the day and see you guys in a couple of hours.